Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York Open, which means it's time for us to get you ready for your trading day. We just had some news come out, much ado about nothing, at least so far on the charts. So we're going to get to our charts here momentarily, but before we do that, I got to welcome my two fellow hosts, starting with Mr. YT himself, Swiss Nick. Nick, how you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well as well. It's great to be here as usual. What is it now in EST? 8:30? Yeah, 8:30. Early for Miriam. I know that. Super late for me. In comparison, it's 2:30. But I'm excited for the day. It could be a bit of a sideways day because FOMC is coming out tomorrow. But let's see what's gonna happen. But before we start the show, obviously we want to introduce the one and only Matcha Mommy.
What's up, guys? Good morning. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, it's gonna be quite an interesting week, guys. First of all, welcome to everyone who is joining us today. Whether you are new, whether you are returning, thank you for being here. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like this channel and subscribe. Press that subscribe button. Obviously, you know, we love being here with you guys, and it helps us add more value to you and spread the word out. So let us know if you guys also have any questions for our guest today, because we are having our psychology coach, come on later on today. And again, if you guys haven't seen Coach Tank, you're in for a treat. And of course,
I do my happy dance when Coach Tank comes on the show.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're all fangirling and fanboying over Coach Tank, because he is just full of knowledge, guys. So you really don't want to miss this segment. Also, I think we might have some little treats going on today later as well. So yeah. Make sure you are tuned in for that. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into what we're looking at on the charts. Matt, why don't you start it off?
Absolutely. So let's jump into the 5 minutes to start here. So we just had retail sales. And the retail, I can talk, I promise. We had retail sales just announced. Kind of much ado about nothing. Little my former co-host Miriam, she was the curly trader. I don't know what happened with that, but I would just like to point out in the chat as well, our CEO Brett is stalking the chat. He has complimented two people's hair and not mine. I'm just saying, Brett. Yeah, it's a little cold. It's a little cold, brother. Yeah, but I mean, I polished a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. So, but yeah, just much ado about nothing so far. Reaction to this news. I'll be honest, guys. I don't really have an opinion going into today's price action as to what kind of price action it's going to be. Because again, we talked about yesterday, this is a very unique week, right? So we have a little bit of data this morning. We've got some data before the market tomorrow, and then we've got FOMC. FOMC is not going to bring us a whole lot of drama as far as what the rate announcement is going to be. But as far as Chairman Powell's press conference and President Trump's reaction to that is going to be very interesting. And the fact that the markets will not trade on Thursday due to the Juneteenth holiday, and we will not have a show that day. Friday's price action could be wild, guys. And again, we have to remark that we've got a situation going on over in the Middle East again, and it appears the U.S. is already tangentially involved in that. Are we going to just flat out be involved in that? I think I speak for quite a few people in this country when I say I hope that does not happen. But again, this is something about hopes in one hand and something in the other, and see which gets filled first. But in all honesty, guys, this is a situation we're going to have to keep an eye on. I've got an eye on my news feed because we did have a lot coming across yesterday as well. So yeah, guys, I'm very undecided as far as what kind of price action it's going to be. But in reality, it doesn't matter. See setups, take setups. We all had a couple of nibbles yesterday, but I wouldn't say the price action was great, but at least it presented a few opportunities. So I'm trying to go in today without necessarily much of a bias and just kind of see what where the markets take us from there.
Yeah, I'm all with you there. I mean, not going to say the markets weren't great yesterday. I mean, I lost $2.70. I mean, come on, that's great trading. But no, anyways, looking on the Nasdaq chart here on the 15-minute, here's what I'm looking at. I do see this downward trend line that started at 11:15 a.m. yesterday. We started to break this after London Open here at what's that, 8:15 a.m. EST. For now, no real follow through on that breakout, but we could see a breakout from here and go into the daily open, like midnight open, and we could also potentially even go back up to previous week highs. What I'm seeing, but as I said in my intro, it's like tomorrow is FOMC, so we could just have the classic Tradeify TV barcode action. Let's hope not. Another thing to point out here is the previous week mid-level. Guys, you hear me talk about this so often, but we're holding it again. Like, this level is so strong all the time. So have an eye out for this on NQ. It's sitting at 21,998. So it's also coupled with the psychological level of 22,000, which I feel like is going to hold for now. But again, as you said, Matt, let's just see where price takes us today. I'm definitely going to sit out the first 15 minutes because I do want to see some sort of direction. Maybe we get the direction before that, then it would be a different story. But for now, these are my levels.
Nice. Yeah, I agree with that, Nick. I think, this 22,000 level, and I've also, I'm switching over to using the September contract. So you'll see my, I guess, back adjusted charts or forward adjusted charts. I don't really know how you would interpret that, but this is technically going to be the September contract. So this 22,000 level is going to come into play. It has come into play. As you can see here, was prior resistance, and then this is the 1 hour chart on the NASDAQ, prior resistance, and then we broke through, became now support. So I think it'll be a good level to watch. Obviously, 22,000 is a psychological level, so there is that aspect to it as well. But we do have this also very nice trend line sitting on the NASDAQ too. Now, do I have a lot of conviction on what's going to happen today? I don't. I really don't. As everyone has already said, we have FOMC, we have the contract roll, we have Juneteenth on Thursday close. So I wouldn't I would take this week very lightly, and that's something we said yesterday and mentioned. Don't be significantly adding to your position size this week. This is not one of those weeks to do that. I think we all took a trade yesterday, or was it? I think yeah. So for us, even for us, like, our position sizes were nothing, nothing crazy. So I think going into this, I'm going to be watching this 22,000 for the downside. Now, for any upside, like I say a lot on the show, I look at the previous day's range. So, obviously we had this nice gap up on the contract roll, and then obviously we made a nice bullish move to the upside. But for me, I would be looking at this high at 22,222. Ooh, angel numbers if we're talking about that. So I would be looking for this break to the upside. Now, we do have some congestion sitting here at this 2275 area, and then a supply zone, and actually didn't even mark what the supply zone is, but I believe it's a 4 hour. So I would expect some resistance getting into this zone if you are looking for a long here. This could be a nice trend line break to the upside though, with a decent stop. I think if you left a stop just below the break of the trend line, I think you're looking good. Now on ES, I'm also looking at that same level is going to be that 60-50 area. Okay, that same 22,000 area is going to be that 60-50 area on ES, and I don't have that marked here, but that's going to be what I'm looking for as well on ES. Now, one other thing that I look for is how well are futures working in conjunction with each other. And if I'm looking at them right now on the 1 hour charts, I would say they're actually in sync as of right now. Now, I don't see that changing, but again, I don't have too much conviction on the day. This really could go either direction. I usually come on here and I tell you guys, I'm feeling a little bearish. I think I'm feeling a little bullish. Yesterday, I was technically feeling a little bullish, even though I don't want to admit that. But that is something that we come on here and tell you. And I try to be honest with that. And right now, I really just don't have a strong conviction either direction. So we do have these trend lines, of course. So I would say for now, I would be expecting an upside move, but we always got to wait and see what the market gives us. So these are just sort of the levels that I'm looking for. But I'll be positioned specifically for this. I'm not gonna go in with like strong conviction that we're gonna make a move in either way. So that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Well, judging from the chat, I think Brett is bullish or cowish.
Cowish, okay.
Is that what that is? But let's actually get a poll up to see what chat is thinking. So you're going to see a poll shortly about voting about bullish, bearish. Oh, mooish is what it is Brett saying. But Yeah, Matt, back to you. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, I'm laughing at Jesse saying I'm man bear piggish, and if you guys don't get that reference, then I don't know what to tell you.
I don't get it.
Oh Lord. Okay, well we're just gonna leave it at that. But I appreciate that comment, Jesse. So I see you.
Well, so Brett says he's mooish, and if I can make another movie reference, I can say that's funny. He doesn't look mooish.
What?
Somebody in the chat, give me that one. In fact, they just announced a sequel. So after 38 years or something. So I expect somebody to jump in on that one. So, guys, I've always been interested in talking about, some of the way stress in trading or anything. Nobody gets it. Brett, I know. Thank you. Spaceballs. Finally, somebody that gets that. But that we have certain psychosomatic reactions to things that happen, right? Like you have high stress, your eye twitches or something like that. Apparently, what happens if Miriam is bullish 2 days in a row, her hair just straightens. So that's what we're blaming that on. But
this is a rare occurrence. This is probably not going to happen very often on Tradeify TV or in general in the public. So you guys are seeing a blue moon in action personified.
I see somebody say, "Let me buy you a hair transplant, man." Bitch, I look good. Okay, I don't need anything. I'm good. I think I look okay. My fiance loves me. That's all that matters.
That is very true, and we love you too, Matt. So
I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that.
Also, guys, today I see people asking like, "What's the giveaway today? What's the giveaway today?" Guys, today we're gonna give away 20 50K growth accounts. So we're gonna have a lot of.
Did you say 20, Nick?
I said 20, yeah.
That's a lot of fucking accounts.
That's a lot of accounts, and we're going to do a lot of marble races. For the people who have been here for a while, marble races are the shit. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a good day. But in order for us to do that and do the first marble race, let's actually get the likes here to 200, okay? So smash the like button right now if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can actually participate in the giveaways today. It's going to be sick.
Wow,
awesome.
That's... Brett must have, Vinny must be on another plane for us to give away 20 accounts. Brett's feeling that generous this morning. So,
no, Brett is saying he's giving away account failures. We will
account failures,
members to fail their account. Oh man,
oh, that's awesome.
Oh boy. So guys, we are kind of 2 days into, again, what's going to be a very unique week, I think, this week, just with the floating holiday, which is unusual in and of itself, the FOMC on Wednesday. I'm actually kind of surprised FOMC, they didn't, we had a Monday holiday, I think, and they pushed FOMC a day. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't move it up a day just with the schedule to give a bunch, the traders time to process everything the next day. But again, I think it's going to make for a fun show on Friday and a very entertaining trading environment. Now, what happens up to then? Honestly, I think today is a lot like yesterday. There's not going to be a lot that surprises me today. Probably going to be a little tighter range. Probably going to be a little more of a mean reverting day. Maybe erring slightly on the bearish side, just because we will most likely open in the red. But yeah, I probably agree that I think there's a little more value and a little to the upside. But first of all, I mean, we're still 45 minutes from the actual New York Open, so let's see where we are in relation to that, where we are in relation to VWAP, where we are in relation to the 22K mark. I'd love to go get another test at 22K after the New York Open, because I think that'll set up very well for a move back to VWAP. But we'll see. Obviously, we still have 45 minutes of price action, another 9 5-minute candles before we head into the Open.
Yeah, and just looking at book maps here, that 22K level is significant on book maps. Now, you guys know I do watch book maps for order flow. It gives me a visual of what's happening on the DOM. So I like to use that in confluence with my trading, and I do see some buyers, heavy buyers, sitting at 22,000. I also see 22,100 as an area of resistance as well. So that's kind of our range that we're working with, and it seems to coincide with what we're seeing on the charts here as well. ES, those levels are going to be actually, I see 60-60 as some light buyers on there. 60-50 also is a significant level, and then we have the upside to 60-77 and then 60-80. So if you guys are in a position, those are some areas to watch out for.
Definitely, but right now we're just ranging anyways, which is to be expected, obviously.
Yeah.
Since, nothing is really going to happen before the 9:30 market open. But also a quick reminder, guys, we're going to have Coach Tank on today.
It is Tank Tuesday, baby.
Love it. Is that going to be a thing from now on? Tank Tuesday? Oh, there he is.
There he is. Look at that
handsome fella.
Look at that guy.
He's such a lovely person. Like, you're going to enjoy this. If you haven't heard Coach Tank yet, you're going to really enjoy this. It's going to be great.
Some of you guys are really having a hard time with this hairstyle that I chose.
I was to say, our chat is very distracted this morning.
I'm telling you, this doesn't happen often, so I'll be back to curly hair trader.
Well, this is interesting because, you know, it seems only Brett noticed that Nick's got a nice little haircut going on there too.
Well,
I told him before the show. I noticed.
Well, Brett is my brother. He has to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, twins separated at birth.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to need our background team to come up with Brett took some shots when we were down there too in Florida. We need a really good, really close side by side, or maybe even a half face. I think that would be really entertaining. We'll see how close it really is.
You gotta make ChatGPT come up with something there.
Yeah.
Right now, background Nick's like, fuck, thanks for creating more work for me, asshole.
Guys, we're sitting at 139 likes. Make sure you smash that like button because there are 300 people in here. Once we're at 200, we're going to do the first marble race, all right? So make sure to smash it right now because this is going to be fun.
Ooh.
That was interesting.
Hey. You never know what to expect on the show.
Hey, you know what? That is, no truer words have ever been spoken. That is very true.
Very
so
true.
We're breaking a little bit below VWAP here in the NQ, guys. Like I said, I know we bounced off of the 22K level. Let's see what time. About 5:30-ish Central Time, so about 6:30 Eastern Time. I really want to see us retest that area. We've got some strong support down at that area, pretty much the entire overnight session. And yeah, as Miriam alluded to, it's, you know, I don't need to see Bookmap to know there's probably a lot of activity going to go on about that area. But if there's already some orders stacking up, I would expect us to go test that. It's only 65 points from here. That's not as long as it seems. But I think that the guys, I would love to see that kind of right as we're going into the open, because I think it could lead again to a breakdown trade or a mean reverting trade. I'd probably lean more towards the mean reverting trade again, just because there's some major news on deck tomorrow and then a day off on Thursday. But we'll see. I would love to see us retest that area going into the open.
Yeah, I will say I'm going to be watching this 22,000 level because I'm typically the type of trader that likes to take breaks of the trend line, but I will actually consider taking a bounce of this trend line. And this actually would put me, I would be happy with this trade in terms of the risk to reward, because you know, if we get this 22,000 touch, then you know, I start seeing buyers step in here. That's obviously a very good sign. But if this level breaks, you know, obviously we have a lot of room. We actually have a lot of room to the downside here. I don't really see anything up until this 21,940 area or 21,950. But you know, I think for me, I would be willing to take this trade obviously on a light position and see if we can get the bounce back up and possibly break this trend line to the upside. But that would be probably my best setup of the day that I would be looking to take. So just for you guys to see what I'm interested in. The 60-65 level on ES, we are rejecting this trend line as well. So we could possibly make our way down. There's a wall of sellers sitting at 60-65 on Bookmap. So that is a nice little rejection here of that trend line.
All right, nice. Also, people are asking about Tank and how you can get access to him. So some questions there. Like, if you become a live trader at Tradeify, you automatically get free coaching sessions with Coach Tank. So make sure that you trade with Tradeify, you get moved to live, which is our #1 intention anyways. And then Coach Tank's intention is to keep you live, right? We don't just want to move you live, we want to keep you live, and we want you to make a ton of money in life. So that's why Coach Tank is actually there. So I hope that clarifies that. And also PMPFX asking about the difference in contracts. Make sure to go through yesterday's live stream because we explained it multiple times in there actually. Yeah,
absolutely. I also see Deadbeat says my accounts keep saying I'm short when I'm in fact tall. I can't relate. Miriam, you want to take this one?
Oh.
You know what? I'll let that one slide.
Went over your head. That's okay.
All right. Keep going. I mean, I got some in the arsenal, so.
Yeah.
Be nice, people. Be nice.
It says Nick, who was just dropping F-bombs all yesterday.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure you told like 3 people to fuck off.
Did I? Oh.
Careful, we got people in the chat that are going to yell at you for that, Nick.
Whoopsies. All right, let's see the like count. We're sitting at, what are we sitting at? We're sitting at 189. So 11 more till we do the first marble race giveaway for the first 50K growth accounts with an S, not just one, but multiple. It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Somebody's asking, how do you win the marble race? Matt, you want to educate them on how they win the marble race?
So what you have to do is you just sort of center yourself and you kind of commune with the marble gods, and you have to go through kind of the transcendental plane to the 3rd level of the 8th ring of Saturn. Okay, and right there is where you're going to see the metaphysical connection to your marble. What you need to do at that point is you need to stand up, hop on one leg, do 15 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, and then sit back down, and you can steer the marble as it's going. So I hope that answers your question.
We all nominate Nick to actually do that, to represent and show how that's done. So
wait, why me?
Why not?
It would be way funnier if Matt does that.
Why you? Because I just made it up, so I'm going to make you do it.
All right, guys, you guess what? We have 200 likes now on the stream, so we are going to do the first marble race. What we're going to do is we're going to pick 4 winners from that. Okay, so 4. No, actually, let's do 5. So 5 50K growth accounts from the first marble race, because we want to. We want to have some action today. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna communicate here with our producer Drew. By the way, shout out to Drew and shout out to Background Nick, who are doing an amazing job. I'm gonna communicate with them regarding the keywords, but chat, be ready. It's gonna start soon.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. You guys, if this is your first marble race, you're in for a treat.
Bring it, Joker. You could do that and it would not be the most frivolous lawsuit ever filed, which I'm not sure what says about our country, but okay.
Oh man.
Because my defense in that says, well, you just didn't do it right. You went to the 7th ring as opposed to the 8th ring, and you did 9 jumping jacks instead of 10, right? Prove me wrong.
It's true.
So I'm getting fired. Matt is getting sued. What's gonna happen to Mary?
Hey, I'm just here with my different hairstyles, okay? Leave me alone.
All right, guys, we're ready for the first marble race, okay? You can enter. So just, again, I'm going to explain the rules. The keyword is not out yet, okay? And don't type that into the chat, please. It's not out yet. I'm going to drop it in a second. You have to like the stream, okay? You have to make sure you're subscribed. And you have to, dude, I can't speak today, Matt. You infected me. You have to type the keyword only once in the chat, okay? If you do it more than once, you're going to get disqualified. And the keyword in Matt's honor is marble god. One word. Type it now. It's limited to the first 300 people. Marble god. People are typing not out yet. I'm about to drop my first F-bomb, guys.
Normally we make it to ding ding motherfuckers without one, so it's
it's a unique week.
in a lot of ways.
It's fine.
Wow, clean rejection of this trend line on ES. Dang.
On ES?
Mm-hmm. Still some sellers pumping.
That was clean.
Girl buy.
Because on NQ it wasn't clean at all.
Yeah, NQ. ES, I feel like the price action is a little cleaner for sure.
Yeah, I mean that has always been the case.
Sounds like you need to start trading ES, Nick. It's okay. I know. I get it.
No, maybe one day. Maybe you can convince me. Let's see.
It'll be definitely on the stream that will get you to do it.
Yeah, I said, like, we should do a day where we all switch to a different instrument. One thing that we usually don't trade. All right,
I like that.
Joker 13 has done his jumping jack, so Matt, be ready to get sued. It's gonna be good.
You know, if he wins, it would be the funniest thing in the
Oh,
world.
that would be great. I'm rooting for you, Joker.
Yeah, I
I'm
am
rooting
too.
for
Just to unleash the chaos.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have enough entries here, guys?
Yeah, I think so. We're about to be ready. Drew will pull it up here in a second. I'm hoping this is going to be a chaotic one. I love the chaotic ones.
Oh, so far we've been in the insides of something, so we can just continue that.
Yeah, well,
we were in a unicorn's colon yesterday, so
yeah.
Let's see where we end up today.
I'm gonna enter as well. I hope I made the cut.
Ooh, you might be too late.
Let's see. I mean, Brett still entered. Well, the winners are
halfway through the race. There's going to be a gigantic marble with Brett's name on it coming out of nowhere. It just bumping everybody else off the track.
That would be funny. That would be funny. All right, I think we're gonna see this soon here on the screen, guys. Again, everything is completely random. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mix it up for today. Okay, instead of just picking the top 5 for a 50K growth account, the top 4 are gonna get a 50K growth account, and the last person to actually finish the race is also gonna get a 50K growth account. All right.
Give it up for the underdogs.
Yeah, the underdogs. The underdogs must win.
Nick, I've been told it's 4 at a time, so it's the top 3 and the
top
last.
3 and last. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So top
just so
3.
we have it clear before we pull it up on the stream.
All right.
So top 3 and the last 2 actually finish. So if you fall off a track, you're not in. We'll have 50K growth accounts. Again, guys, make sure your email address is in your YouTube description.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have Grand Penguin's right. We're gonna have a Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
All right, Drew, are we ready? Ready for some racing? Not yet. Soon, guys, soon. But you can stop typing. Typing doesn't do anything anymore.
Yeah, we're locked in here, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are they changing it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because actually, before we started today's episode, I talked to Drew, to Nick, and we said we're going to do 4 races with 5 winners. And then he said, okay. And then he said, oh no, 5 races with 4 winners. And then I said, okay, now it's 4 races again. A little Nicky mistake. But
yeah.
Guys, we're going to
Okay, so it is the top 4 and the last.
It is the top 4 and the last, okay?
Okay.
So,
are we sure? Do we want to change it again just to fuck with everybody?
If we're going to do it, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
50 races, 100 winners. All right, that works.
Well, if you're going to do 50 races, the 3 of us could take the rest of the day off. That's fine.
Brett, if you feel generous, like even more generous, let's do it.
I love it.
He's definitely got Gandalf tied up in a closet somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Well, it looks like while we're waiting for that, and I don't know if we went over these. Oh, well, I guess.
Oh, there it is.
Now we got it.
All right, we got it. We got it. We're ready.
All righty, guys. To your starting block. So again, the top 4 and the last to actually finish will win a free 50K growth account. So let's count it down here, guys. In 3, 2, 1, and they're off.
And guys, if you fall off the track, you get disqualified. That doesn't mean you're last, okay? It's just the last one to finish. And actually, Pete is gone.
People going off already.
Oh no.
If Jesse James wins again, we have a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What is that again? This race? We're inside Shrek.
Maybe. I was trying to think about that too. It looks a little bit more like a golf course, just in a void.
Well, you could say that. Oh, what's that down there? A freaking mixer type obstacle. Blender. People are gonna.
Oh, there's two
smoothies
sides.
there. Jimmy G in the lead. Grand Penguin in the lead. Samson Lee in the lead. Oh, this switch is so fast. Flash Trader Zone in the lead right now,
Oh gosh.
but getting bounced back by that blender type.
Oh,
of
no.
Wow,
shit.
this is chaos here.
This is chaos. I love it.
You're either getting kicked off the course on that or pushed
Yeah,
back.
we're losing a lot of marbles over the side here.
Yep. Let's see. Who comes up first? Is it Knowledge Seeker? Nope. He's gone.
Dang.
He's gone.
I love the
Fraser
little
Allison in the lead.
explosions as the marble goes off the.
Fraser Allison in the lead still. Oh, is it Fraser
Oh.
Allison? Is it?
Nice.
There we go. We got the first one. Congrats, Fraser Allison, first winner of a 50K growth account. Then we got Christian Ivanov as the second winner. Then we got Davidi Rugomva as the third winner. We have Chance Trifin as the fourth winner. And then Drew, you got to help me out on this one. Well, we don't have the last one yet because obviously the race is not over. But the last one is also going to get a 50K growth account. All the top four for now, make sure that you type something in the chat really quick so we know that you're there. And also add your email into the YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your code for your free account. All right. I see Fraser.
Wow,
and
I feel like
Chris
some people
already
are
there.
still in the front.
Well, there's
In the
Joker.
beginning.
Yeah, but that's another Joker. That's not
Oh,
the
is
Joker
it?
14.
Well, the moons don't discriminate.
No way. Is that
he's
Joker?
getting fired. Oh no. Oh,
Oh, don't
eliminated.
get burned.
Eliminated by the fire.
Yeah, eliminated at the very end there.
All right, who's last? Let's see. He's also going to get a 50K growth account. Who's last? All right, iGamer4TV. Congrats. You also made it and you get a 50K growth account. So make sure to type something and we're going to get you set up.
Utter chaos.
Yeah,
Love it.
it seems like Joker 13 didn't do his jumping checks right.
He
I think
didn't.
made a
Yeah,
mistake there.
no.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Well, that was fun. So congratulations. I mean, this is not it. We're doing more in the rest of the stream here, but I mean, congratulations to the best and the last. You guys just won a growth account, so congratulations. But we do have, I want to ask too, like, we're gonna have we're gonna have obviously Coach Tank come on, so you guys should have your questions ready, because he's gonna be on, and you know, he's gonna be full of knowledge, so make sure that you are ready for that and have your questions ready for him. I feel like it's a new week every single week he's on here.
Yeah,
There's
and-
always
and-
something new that we're learning.
I think it is an important point, guys, and I've said this many times in the brief history of the show. I'm going to continue to say it. If you are newer in trading, even if you're taking your trading psychology and your mindset very seriously, you still don't know how powerful it is, right? I read The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas, which, again, mandatory reading for all traders. It's not that long. It's not the most exciting read, but get it, and it's like 20 some bucks for the new hardcover on Amazon. Go get it. And I mocked the mistakes in that book because I read it before I ever traded, right? I was like, well, what moron is going to do all this stuff, right? This is so stupid. I went and did all of it at least a few times, right? So it really takes an understanding of the mistakes that you're going to make mentally. And guys, they don't necessarily go away. I think you've seen on this show, probably all of us have made some sort of small mental error from time to time. The difference is we know how to control them. We know how to not stack mental mistake on mental mistake. So there's a reason that places like Tradeify and prop firms that are not like virtual, public firms hire, trained psychologists and psychiatrists to work with their traders, right? Do they handle higher risk managers and strategy coaches? Of course, but the first thing they're going to go get is a good trading psychologist. And Tank, in terms of how he talks about his mindset, and this is a performance coach that's worked with athletes, worked with people managing billions of dollars, and now he's here. So guys, if you don't need any other reason to get to a live account besides, you're going to get some payouts on the way. You're going to be in a position to maybe take some really nice 5-figure payouts when you get into and succeed in a live account at Tradeify. But boy, just the fact that you're gonna get some insight talking to Coach Tank. I believe it's 3 free sessions for each live trader. And we try to get Tank on this show a lot, and we hear, we often hear, yeah, he's booked up with the traders. He's doing sessions on guys, that, and especially free sessions like that, that's not a thing, right? Like that, the fact that that's available to you, I cannot emphasize how important that is. And I cannot emphasize how awesome it is to get to a live account and have access to that and some of the other tools and stuff that Tradeify provides. So, but at least once a week, hopefully, continuing on the show, we will have him here for you guys to ask questions. So make sure you are ready to do that.
You said Tank Tuesdays, so
Tank Tuesdays, that'd be great.
It's now a thing. He doesn't know it yet, but it's a thing.
Yeah, he has no idea. Well, we got to have like White Shirt Wednesdays. Is that what we're doing?
We can do white shirt every day.
It's white shirt every day for Nick. What's it?
We can adjust somebody's style each day. So it's white shirt Wednesday, then it's curly hair Friday, and then we got, what is it with Matt?
Bald cap Mondays.
Bald cap Mondays. All right, sounds good. I want to see Mary wearing a bald cap.
Ooh, I think the closest to that I've gotten is wearing like a swim cap.
Fair enough.
You're in LA. There's probably you can't throw a handful of nickels without hitting 13 makeup artists in LA. So we'll find you one that can put a Wig Wednesdays. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll do something along those lines. At some point, maybe in a future month, Mariam and I will make a wager that if I win, she has to wear a bald cap for a show, and if she wins, I got to wear a wig for a show. We'll think about something.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be the judge.
Yeah. Oh, we'll include you in something, Nick. You're not going to get away scot-free.
Yeah, you're not just chilling.
Yeah, I know you're Swiss, so your natural inclination is to be neutral in everything. But we're gonna go after that.
I think one of the things we'd mentioned was Nick has to shave half his head.
Yes,
naturally he gets the shit end of the stick.
Well,
or just half his beard.
Wasn't that for 1 million likes, 1 million subscriptions?
Something like that.
Oh, for 1 million subscriptions, we better all be willing to shave our heads, guys.
You're willing, Matt, huh?
I am willing. I am going to make that sacrifice for the show. That's how selfless I am.
That's commitment. That's commitment right there.
No, actually, I won't. If for something small, we won't make Nick mess with his wonderful hair too much. We'll make him mess with his facial hair. We'll have him shave. Let's see. We'll shave it to a chin strap one day. We'll shave it to a goatee the next, and then just a straight up creeper mustache. I think that'd be hilarious for the last day. It'll be So Monday normal facial hair, Tuesday chin strap, Wednesday goatee, Thursday mustache only, Friday clean shaven.
Damn.
Can we just at least make it like a handlebar mustache?
Yeah, I'd like to see the little,
Yeah, like make it.
Well, that's gonna
curl.
take some time, though, guys.
I have a lot of curl products. I can help you out with that.
Oh, sure about that. Guys, so we have what now? 29 minutes? No, actually not. 19 minutes until market open. So what are you looking for right now? Are you waiting for that trend line to break to the upside or downside, or what is it for you, Mary?
Yeah, I think this is kind of what I like so far. Like I said, I don't have big expectations for today. What's likely, the likely scenario is we do get some chop here. And And it's just kind of been one of those weeks, right? I talked about this yesterday, how contract roll weeks are not typically my favorite to trade, just in terms of the volume. Some people are still trading the previous contract, and the most of the volume is currently on the September contract. But for me, it's just one of those weeks where I'm not positioned in a way where I'm trying to make these, big moves or expecting these big moves. Now, obviously, we do have some news coming out for Wednesday tomorrow, and that could be something that we look forward to. So I think the market might just be adjusting for that news. And typically on FOMC weeks or FOMC days, it's kind of just a risk off in general. So for me, I'm not expecting this to happen. If it does happen, I'll take it. But again, it's more of those wait for extra confirmation sort of days rather than just like jumping into a trade. So, and again, I could be completely wrong, right? Like we could just completely make like a 200-point move to either direction, and that's just the move of the day, right? I feel like we've been kind of getting these sort of things happening recently, but I don't think that's the highest probability thing to happen today. I would be pretty shocked if that happened, but again, we're also susceptible to any sort of headline risks, and obviously with the geopolitical tensions going on too, that could be something that comes into play as well. So always keep your head on a swivel on weeks like this.
100%.
You're also eyeing this? I know you were talking about this 22,000 level, Nick.
Yeah, I'm looking for it to hold actually.
Are you guys feeling any sort of way in terms of bullish or bearish, or are you just same sort of situation?
Honestly, I'm very sidewaysy for now. But let's see. Like, here's the thing though. What I would like to see, I'm gonna go to the 1 minute here really quick on my chart. If we hold the 22,000 level, it's basically the play that we would have had here at 6:46 a.m. right? So there was a double bottom on the 22k level, then a strong push to the upside, and then some sort of a bull flag like this one, and then take a long play. So that would be my play for the 22k level. If we don't get that, let's see. But that's it for now. What am I?
Nice. What about you, Matt?
Again, I'm just waiting for the open, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. I think again the ideal situation is a test of 22k, right? Because we break down below that and get some momentum. I think we could have some really good shorts on deck. I'd probably be taking profit a little sooner on that, just because again, it's kind of the definition of chasing. If we're coming off of 22,100, taking shorts down below 22,000 when we're already moving 100 plus. Again, let's see what the 5-minute ATR is. It's sitting at about 18 right now, which is kind of about the minimum that I need it to be to get a decent return on a trade. But it is pre-market, so I'm not overly concerned with that. But yeah, I mean, right now, really just in the past hour or so, we've been just sort of pogoing between plus and minus 1 standard deviations off of VWAP on the NQ. But I desperately wanted 22K, and I will probably be looking to aggressively long about that area, just because, again, I think it's one of those situations as we move into that area, see maybe one rest candle. You can get in for a really nice run to the upside for potentially 50 to 80 points to the upside, and you probably only need to stop a 20-25 to the downside. So I think, again, it's one of those trades like I talked about with the last couple trades that I've taken here, which, 1 win, 1 loss, has been maybe a slightly lower percentage chance than we would like for the trade to be successful, but a risk reward of 2-1, 3-1, and those don't come along very often. Boy, Brett is in rare form in the chat this morning. He's
salivating over you.
Yeah, he really is. He really is.
Yeah, well, that was to be expected. Didn't he say yesterday that he only has 2 meetings in his calendar today? So,
yeah, he's usually booked up during this show.
He's gonna destroy the time. As usually he's super busy and all booked up throughout the day, but he's gonna be in here.
Background, Nick, if you could sneak into Simba's calendar and add a couple of meetings right now, I think we'd appreciate it.
No, I think a long looks good. I was already eyeing this, but I know Brett's wanting to take this long here if we break this 2290 area. But I actually do like a long. The thing is, given normal circumstances, right? If we weren't in a contract roll week, we didn't have FOMC, I actually like this chart. I really do. I think this would be a really clean break to either direction. Now, obviously, considering we have other variables in play, I'm a little more hesitant on an actual directional move. So, for me, and not saying it's not going to happen, anything can happen in the market, but again, just given what we have to work with, that's where the tension or the resistance comes from for me. But if I'm just looking at this on a normal day, I like this potential move to either direction. So for me, I don't have a general bias. I just like what I'm seeing. And I think the smaller the range that we're working with, typically we get a stronger breakout. So I do like this, especially that we're kind of in this consolidation area. So let's see what the market does. Ideally for me, I don't typically like that, when markets run like in the first 5 or 10 minutes, it's annoying. It's annoying when that happens because, you're just waiting for the markets to settle. And I feel like we've been getting a lot of that happening lately with no clear entry, right? And so a lot of it has been if the market runs or if the market moves in one direction 100 plus points or whatever the case may be, for me that's a sit out time, and I typically don't like to chase that or get into that move, just because any sort of reversal can happen in that scenario. So we'll see what happens. We have about less than 10 minutes, or no, about 12 minutes here until the market's open. So
and we also have a deal with Brett here. He said he's going to come on stream if NQ hits 22,150.
Oh, okay.
That reaction. Oh, okay, fuck.
Well, let's do it then.
Miriam's like, great, fun, exciting,
Awesome.
good times.
Don't worry, Brett. I had a lot more excitement in that than I intended to show out.
Is that matcha in a bottle?
Yeah. I have one on deck and then another one that's in a mug. So
free refill.
Always, I'm missing like the the blood transfusion for it. So don't have that yet.
I see that one day you're
We need to get the merch though. I need to get a matcha sponsor so that we can get our.
Tell Brett.
Yeah, I mean I'll put my profile picture on there. I don't mind.
The official matcha of Tradeify TV.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would sell if Mariam promotes it.
Yeah, so you could like for like the mild blend, we have a picture of Mariam with straight hair. For the aggressive blend, we have her with the curly hair.
It's like, yeah, I don't know if they have those sort of blends, but I'm happy to do that.
So, well, when you're a multi-million-dollar spokesperson for a matcha company, Mariam, don't forget about us little people.
I could never forget about you guys.
Oh, we need the soundboard with that. Like,
I know. We really do.
Like
you know what?
one of those 80s sitcoms when like the two characters kiss. Aw,
Applause.
Yeah, applause.
It's gonna be nice.
All right, we need to get to this market open here.
Yeah, we have 9 minutes and 55 seconds until market open.
Yeah, pretty strong bounce off the -1 standard deviation band here. We're moving back up towards VWAP. That's kind of my fear, guys. A low 5-minute ATR and price action that just sort of pogos between plus and -1 standard deviation. I'm not saying there's not plays there. It's tough to catch with some of those big momentum plays that we want, right? Because ideally, I mean, I'm not doing any breaking news here, but we want to win in our trades and we want them to win fairly quickly, right? We don't want to be sweating them 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes later. But yeah, the opportunity for that on a day like today, when it just seems to be mostly taking us a while to establish levels and then bounce or break from those levels, We'll see. I'm still a little cautiously optimistic that once the volume comes in for the New York session, maybe we get a nice movement in that first hour. We have pretty consistently, guys, in the first 60 minutes of the New York Open in the past few weeks, gotten a decent move. It's just, is there a clue to that move before it happens? And once it happens, or is there an opportunity to participate in it? Sometimes it has, sometimes it hasn't. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on.
The thing is, we got a pretty big move in the first 60 seconds in the last couple opens.
Yeah.
So let's just get a move where we actually find an entry for it.
Our chat is hilarious.
I love the Tradeify TV chat. Like, you guys are so creative.
Superman says, "My cow eats grass too."
Yeah.
And Six, there it is, saying still disappointed Matt is not wearing the unbuttoned collared shirt to match Coach Tank.
Right.
Matt.
What happened to that, Matt?
It's laundry day. That's what happened to that. So I was gone this weekend, so I didn't have time to do my normal weekend laundry. So I'm like, I have like this shirt and one more. Like it's not even. It's gonna be our washer is going to be screaming after I do just a load of t-shirts.
Well, you could have just borrowed the one other white buttoned-up shirt that that Nick has.
Yeah, I don't think has he ever worn that on stream?
No. Well, I had the profile pic here with a suit on, so I think that.
Yeah, in all honesty, though, like we put that picture up that you sent us that day you were gone at the wedding, and nobody believed it was you. They said you photoshopped that. So
right,
they didn't.
They're like, that's not Nick.
No, it's uncommon sight.
Yeah, we gotta get video footage of your closet. See how many.
You have video footage of my closet right here. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, during our meeting yesterday, there was some confusion, Nick, as to whether you have 1,000 white tees or you just wear the same one every day.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
Like, I picture you just standing up like this and turning around, and your girl's like spraying Febreze on you, and from every given angle just to get it ready for the day.
You have no idea how smelly it is in here, man. Dude.
Yikes. Oh, man.
All right. 6 minutes and 28 seconds.
Absolutely.
Teal market open.
Definitely have your questions ready for Coach Tank. I saw someone ask if he's taking questions. He will be taking questions. So, definitely let us know, or have those questions ready.
So while we're waiting, I will take a quick 4-hour look at the gold charts here, guys, because we've had a request on that. Gold's been mostly screaming higher for quite some time, and we broke out of this sort of this pennant, long-term 4-hour pennant flag pattern. We broke out. Now we're kind of wanting to retest the trend line here. So we'll kind of see if in technical analysis, previous support becomes resistance, previous resistance becomes support. So we'll kind of see if that happens as I kind of drag this down a little bit. I think we had a nice opportunity on the breakout pattern here on the 4-hour. Since then, we just sort of drifted down. Let's see if about this 3,400 level, we can find some support. Maybe we'll take a look at this in a couple of hours as well. But gold has been a mover, but for me, it's not been a trader much in 2025. I think I made on average 4 or 5 gold trades a month last year. Actually, surprisingly, when I went back and looked at the numbers, I've made, I think, 3 so far this year. It just hasn't, the indexes have just been too good, guys. They've been I know it's been a challenging year as far as, especially for, again, inexperienced traders, over position sizing on things like the ES and the NQ, but they've been movers. So, if I can sit and make my money in the ES and the NQ, which are, I mean, obviously gold's very liquid as well, but, just such liquid instruments with the ES and the NQ, I'm going to stick there. I just feel a little more comfortable here, but yeah, gold needs to base out here. If it breaks hard below 3,400, we could see 33.40 or 33.20 on deck, but that's going to take several days, obviously. So we'll see what happens there. But in the meantime, guys, Miriam's talked about how important that 6,000 level has been she's been talking about it for a week, and it has been, and we've bounced off this area. If we begin to roll, Miriam, do you see us retesting kind of that 6,000 area on the ESU contract?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because that's actually where we gapped up on the chart here. So if you look at ES, we made a really, really nice gap on that contract rollover here. So you can see this gap here in blue, in the shaded blue. And I like gap plays. Gap plays are one of my favorite plays to take. Coming from being an options trader, and I used to trade SPX religiously. SPX was Bay before Nasdaq took over, so that's usually what I would look for on SPX was these gap plays, and they paid really well. So we might see us coming back down to this level. Now gaps typically fill, they don't always fill, and they don't always fill all the way. So that's just something to consider. But this 6,000 level is going to be very, very, important to look at on ES. And again, not just because it's a psychological level, but it has come into play on several occasions. And again, it's the entry to the gap fill. So I would expect, depending on what it takes. Obviously, we have so much more room to get there. But if we do come back and test this level, I would expect, some buying action to step in. Obviously, depending on what is pushing us to that point. But I would expect a fill of this area. It's not a huge gap. It's actually quite a conservative one compared to the previous contract rolls that we've seen. But yeah, it's a significant area of support as it would stand right now. So I would definitely keep that on watch. In the future. I don't know if and when we'll get there, but it could be a very good play depending on what we are seeing at the time.
Once that happens, we'll just clip it with what you just said, and then it's gonna look
Yeah, I like
the
that.
most amazing prediction.
That would
It's
be
gonna be
great.
great.
That would be great.
Also, guys, we have 2 minutes and 15 seconds until US market open here. So let's lock in.
Yeah, just really, really weird. Well, not weird, but really choppy price action the last half hour or so on the NQ. So again, let's wait for that first move. Again, we've seen quite a bit these last 10 or 12 sessions. On most of them, we're doing something right at the open. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But again, I want to get either to 22,000 or 22,100 because I think those are the areas that are going to set up for the best potential plays, but we got to get there first. So yes, we are a minute and a half, guys. We are, let's get those likes up. Let's make sure, guys, if you're here, make sure you're subscribed so you can participate in the chat and ask any questions of us or ask any questions of Coach Tank. Coach Tank will be here shortly in a little while. So we will, man, I always get really like psyched up for Coach Tank appearances. If Tank Tuesday becomes a thing, I will be a very happy trader.
That would be
Oh
thrilled.
yeah. He's just I just love his energy. He's got this softness about him, but also, he's telling you how it is in like the most eloquent way. I don't know how to explain it. You guys just have to listen to
They
him.
will experience it at 10:30. It's gonna be good. We have 50 seconds until we hear Matt's very popular ding ding.
The merch is coming. The merch is coming.
Can't wait. It's my favorite part of the trading day. 35 seconds. We have been pumping right at the open for the last couple trading days. So let's see if we get the same again today and burst through that trend line on NQ.
Got a nice intraday range already. Just some nice movement up and down in the pre-market. So let's get a nice popper drop here in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and let's go from there. All right, guys, we are 5 seconds away. 3, 2, 1. Ding ding, motherfuckers. Let's go. And naturally, here comes our opening pop.
Approaching this 22,100 area on NQ.
There's the pop.
Waiting for confirmation on this. We are currently rejecting this area here. ES also trying to break above the 60-70 area as well. ES I would actually like to see above 60-75.
I would like to see a 5-minute candle close outside of that trend line on NQ, and then potential burst up to 22,150 levels, so we can have Brett join the stream too.
Still mooish, says Jess. Like it. Yeah, getting this nice pump up here.
Coming right in an area of resistance up here, about the 110 to 125 area. We bounced off there twice in the pre-market.
Should be a strong level there.
Yeah, see, this is what's kind of frustrating about this is like, there's no, for me, I like that we're, you know, pushing into this 22,100, but just something feels off about it. Something feels iffy. Sometimes it really is just like that. Like you see it, you see the move happening, you see the setup, but you're not convinced to take it. And it's not a confidence thing at all. It's a completely different feeling.
Yeah, I agree. It's more like intuition.
Yeah, it very much is intuition.
It's actually the one thing that you can teach new traders. Because you can teach strategy, you can teach the mentality, everything, but there's always some sort of intuition, discretion, whatever you want to call it, where you just make decisions in the moment based on past experiences. So
yeah, exactly.
That's the hardest part to teach.
And this is what I don't like to see. Now, I am looking at the 2-minute chart here on NASDAQ. This is kind of what I monitor my entries on, but rejection right at that 22,100 area. We are not able to clear that area. We're getting a strong rejection right now. Let's see if we can hold VWAP sitting here at 2265. But right now, not really liking the lack of conviction on the bull side.
Tesla's nosediving, Jesse Roner says.
Yeah,
already down 1.1% down so far.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, Tesla's not looking great. Nice gap fill, though, on Tesla. You might be able to take that if we get it. Let's go back.
True.
So right now what I would be looking for is a hold, and I want to see a candle open above this 22,100 area for any sort of long entry. Now sellers are stepping back into that area on Bookmap, so it's going to be a key area that I would want to see. Even if we break above and hold, I would actually rather take the retest of that area if we do get some strong buying coming in. But right now it's just a waiting game.
Yeah, that quick rejection of that higher level gives me quite a bit of pause.
Yeah.
Because if we had held this in the opening 5 and then retraced maybe to +1 standard deviation and headed like that's a nice play there. But the fact we're rejecting this so quickly.
Yeah. SPX also opened with a gap down, which means there is a gap to fill to the upside. Now the gap is a pretty strong gap, about 30 points on that gap fill. So ES, when I talk about SPX, I'm really talking about ES here. So if ES can clear the 60.75, I think that would enter us into the gap fill on SPX, which means ES could have room up to previous day's highs sitting at 61.09, 61.10. That's kind of what I would be looking for on that side, but right now not really getting that conviction. So
no, so far no clear direction at all. We're chopping around previous month high here on NQ, so
and it's really establishing that 22,100 as a very strong area of resistance. Means we're going to need some conviction and some real buyers to come in to carry us back to and above that level, which to be fair could happen on this candle. But again, just pretty much from about 7 to 7:30 Central Time here, you can see on the chart we just continuously rejected that higher level, that 2290 to 22,100 level.
going back to SPX too, actually, let me open SPX here just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. You know, when we're talking about SPX in conjunction with ES, like I said, we have this really nice gap here, but we also do have a gap here on the previous day that we could enter to the downside that we are kind of starting to enter into right now. Now, this gap, as you guys can see right here, if ES starts breaking down here, SPX could start filling this gap, which I would be looking at for a downside play on ES. So watch this area here on SPX to potentially move ES down. I think if ES breaks the 60-50 area, SPX's level is going to be that 6,000 mark. So watch how they're both doing, because ES could be a really nice play to the downside if we get this move into the gap fill. So just something to sort of look at as well when you're trading ES.
They're both looking pretty similar for now, Nasdaq and ES. It's not.
Yeah, they're
not
both
that,
above VWAP.
They're back in sync again. It's not like
Yeah.
the last couple of days where they were completely drunk.
Right. You know, I feel like bulls, again, we could just chop around sideways, but I feel like bulls might try to hold it here at this 2260 area, which we are, you know, we're hovering above right now. I just don't like this top wick that we got on the 5-minute, completely rejecting this trend line. So this is one of those setups where, you know, one of my setups is typically wait for a retest of the 50% of the candle and then take that bounce. But I don't like that we got a top wick here. It just means that there's aggressive sellers sitting at this area. So I would rather wait for us to get this initial confirmation that we're holding, and then move to the upside, break this top wick, and then get in on the retest. So there's a few steps that will be that I'll be looking for to actually take this play to the upside. Otherwise, it kind of looks like the downside play wants to come into play here. And SPX is currently sitting at that 6,008 mark. ES is starting to test VWAP here. So I'd be looking, I'm kind of leaning short as of now. Let's see.
Absolutely. I see Boundless in the chat saying he's interested to hear what Tank is going to talk about. We are too. We're really, it's one of our favorite segments. I do encourage you guys, you know, we've been at this for a few weeks, but there's not so many streams. It's hard to sort. I encourage you guys, after the show is done today, if you enjoyed what Coach Tank brought to the table, go back and watch his other couple appearances. One was a little shorter, one was a little longer. And again, his stuff is great. He gives a lot on his background. Because I know a lot of people ask, you know, like how long you been doing this, who you were. Like he went deep into that, so we're not going to cover that on every consecutive appearance. So, but yeah, really, look at that. Skeeter says, so Nick said we should trade General. Jack, I'm on it. All right. Well, I mean, again, journal it and see how you do. You know,
if it works, it works, I guess.
You guys are funny. We are holding.
TTV chat is goated.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are holding VWAP here on ES. Actually looks a lot stronger to me right now than Nasdaq. We had a nice bounce here on the VWAP test, so we could be getting this move to the upside. I was going to be more convinced of the short if we got back down below this 60 area on NQ. That area on ES would have been the 62 zone, but we're holding so far.
Mm-hmm. I mean, VWAP is sitting right below the previous month high, so also a very strong level that we have to take into consideration. So that's why I'm not convinced on a downside move, even though I'm usually all for team short. But right now, chopping around that previous month high is just not great signs for a downside move. But let's see.
Yeah, let's see how these how we retest. If we get back to this 22,100 area, I want to see how buyers are going to attempt to break that. If I see some volume coming in, I'll consider. I'll likely be more long biased at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, now above this trend line. Now it's not getting some buying pressure coming in here. Let's see.
So far, the 50-minute opening range, which will be established in 4 minutes and 45 seconds, is only 55 points. That's not...
Yeah.
It's not too big of a range. But as we said in the beginning, like tomorrow is FOMC. So sideways action is to be expected. It's a perfect day for Coach Tank to come on.
Ice Matcha Coffee King, is everyone bullish 2 days in a row? You know what? I changed my sentiment based off the price action. So in 5 minutes, I might be very bearish. We'll see.
And we're mooish. That's what we are.
We're mooish, yeah.
Matt, what are you eyeing right now? Just waiting.
Mostly the chat right now, but I'm again, you know, that opening 5-minute candle at 9:30, we're seeming to gravitate towards the close of that candle, kind of, which is right around the midpoint of that candle as well, maybe a little above. So I guess I would say I'm cautiously bullish, but I think there's more opportunity to the downside. If we were to stall out again, kind of up here, I think we've got room down to the 22K. I got to see a valid setup. Yeah, this is not a valid hitch and go. There's too much overhead resistance. But yeah, again, this is now the 4th time we've rejected the +1 standard deviation band, 3 in the pre-market and 1 in the opening candle. So I would say I'm cautiously short bias right now. Especially if we get back below VWAP. We get back below VWAP, I think we've got some room down towards 22K. The problem is our standard deviation width is only 26. That's not very big. That just tells you again that the majority of the price action has occurred between these two bands. I don't know what happened there. I don't even have my news feed up. Let me get that up here, guys.
Yeah, let's see. That certainly makes the 50-minute opening range a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You got anything?
It's not, well, I'm pulling it up now. That's not so big a move yet that I think it's news related. It may just be some stops getting run, but
yeah, no, it retraced pretty fast actually.
Yeah, there's nothing on the news feed yet.
Damn it, Bulls. Every time I'm rooting for y'all.
Yeah, somebody get control of this thing.
Well, full port it. Maybe it's going to go up then.
Yeah, it does feel like a wonky day right now so far. I hope no one got caught in that top there. That was a... Because even on ES, like, I mean... I wouldn't have taken this, but you know, we did open above this trend line and we did look like we're trying to push up. Now, if you did get in on this opening candle here at like the 60, 67, 68 level, just an annoying fake out that you're now stuck in. But I mean, hopefully you got out, but this is not fun.
Well, no bueno.
Let's see what we do at this 22,000 area. We're about 40 points away from that on NQ.
We're 1 minute away from closing out the 50-minute opening range.
I really do hope we get to this 22K mark because I will consider taking a long, depending on the volume. I don't want to see like, you know, bears just completely slice through this like butter. So if we do get down there, NASDAQ is looking a lot weaker though than
NASDAQ is looking really weak right now.
Yeah.
Especially on the 5-minute, like that 5-minute candle, he's bloody.
It's very bloody.
You're engulfing a lot of price action with that candle.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much below this pre-market now.
It's sitting right at the 4-hour candle open right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching NASDAQ. If we get down below this pre-market low, I'll watch it. I'll watch it for a potential short, but I am looking for a bounce. Now, I don't know about this candle giving us a bounce, but we'll see what we get here.
Let's see.
Yeah, it appears Tesla is leading the way down for this. I just had their chart up. It's
that's minus 2.3%.
Yeah, and it's accelerating.
2.5. Yeah, Tesla's going down right now. All right, the 50-minute opening range is established now.
And we have broken it to the downside.
Yep. Well, not broken, but poked the head out.
Well, hey, a tick below is broken. I didn't say we're holding it.
Fair enough. But the range is on MNQ, it's sitting in between 22,028.75 and 22,110.25. It's that green box that you see on the screen right here, guys.
Well, Tesla's always been overvalued in terms of its P to E, but it's sort of its own stock, right? I mean, it's basically a mega cap meme stock in a lot of ways. And again, people, I overvalued, undervalued when it comes to stocks. I always hate that conversation because the stock is worth whatever someone's willing to pay for it. But yeah, I mean, just speaking in terms of pure fundamentals, it's always been overvalued in that way.
Yeah, right now futures are not in sync. They are not in sync at all. ES really trying to hold above this VWAP level. NASDAQ well below its VWAP and its EMAs. So right now what I would be looking for on the NASDAQ, I will probably play the NASDAQ more short bias. ES will be more long bias for me, but let's see how we do on this 50% retracement of this candle. I think that would be in confluence with this that same 63 level, 65 area that we're talking about, and the EMAs and VWAP. So we're starting to get some volume buying action coming in here, but I don't know, part of me doesn't really trust it. So
yeah, and we're right back at VWAP and the previous month high. I'm gonna probably mention that level multiple times again today.
I'm not gonna lie, I am tempted to take a short here. Stop would probably be the top of this wick.
All right.
But I'm just waiting for now. Let's see.
I see what you're thinking, but we're right in the middle of the 15-minute opening range, which
yeah, I'm not too keen on it. I'll probably just wait for this area right here if we get down here, 22,000. Even, I mean, it could completely work out, but I'm not excited about it.
Oop. That's another great example of what Matt said yesterday. Like we will be talking about trades all the time here on stream, and then we'll talk ourselves out of it instead of just rushing into something that we're like, oh, let's take a trade. It's the first one of the day. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. How's everyone doing in the chat? Everyone doing okay? I know we're getting some lofty price action here, so I just want to hear in the chat how's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Hope no one got chopped up here.
The good old chop.
Boundless Badly says, "You go short, I'll go long." One of us has to be right?
Well,
this is true. It's a buyer or seller is gonna win.
Very true. Also, guys, let's do another marbles race here at 10. But in order for us to do that, let's get the stream to 550 likes. Well, we already have a bunch of likes here from people who probably have been in here and left. And we still have 538 viewers, so we can get this up to 550. If everybody smashes that like button right now, really quick, just like takes you 1 second, smash it real quick, and we're going to do another marbles race to give away 5 50K growth accounts for free.
Let's go. They're rejecting this trend line still on ES here. NASDAQ also still rejecting VWAP. I don't like that they're not in sync though. It's the only thing. I talk about that a lot, guys. That's an area of confluence that I look at on both futures. Right now, ES looks like it wants to go to the upside. NASDAQ looks like it wants to break. Those are two different sentiments that we're looking at here. And I just don't like to trade when it feels like both of them are doing different things. When they're both in sync, this price action's smoother, you get the price targets a lot cleaner. And not to say that there isn't a trade to be made in this sort of environment, but it's not my favorite when I see both futures just completely going and trying to go in opposite directions. It's something to be mindful of. So that's why for me, I'm waiting for, I would ideally like to see ES above the 6075 area, not even like breaking well above its high, but I want to see NASDAQ really get some aggressive buying happening above this 2110, or sorry, 22110. Lots of numbers here, but I think right now we're just ranging, and we do have our opening range sitting in between these levels here. So let's see, let me highlight this area so you guys can see it. I'll change this color.
Koamaya in the chat is asking, what are marble races? Ooh, you were in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Just wait until 10 a.m. and you'll find out.
Welcome to the
chaos.
While
we're waiting, if everyone who's here for the first time wants to give us a wave or say hello so we can acknowledge you, go ahead. If this is your first time watching Tradeify TV.
Paraloco saying probably the range, the chop is going to be until 11:30. Yeah, as usual. Welcome to Tradeify.
Yeah, right.
That is entirely possible and probably accurate, yes.
And then suddenly a 300-point move out of nowhere.
Leia, don't lie. Come on, man. This isn't your first time.
We know you.
Yeah. You forgot to log in under your alt.
Yeah. I know they have like
NJ. Welcome NJ. Welcome the trader guy.
Oh, the trader
Excited
guy.
to have you here.
Welcome.
And welcome Mr. Pepper.
Since day one says Cheetah. Thank you for being a supporter.
Yeah, there is some news, guys, coming up in 7 minutes. It's business inventories, housing index. It's not nearly, I think, as big as, I mean, not that it won't have a nice little pop or drop off that, but yeah, I'm not thinking that's necessarily going to be market movers. All right, we're heading back up to the 100 level.
Lots of buying pressure coming in here on book maps. Still rejecting this 100 area. We need buyers to really break through this area and retest it. That's what I'll be looking for a long.
Welcome, David.
I want to know too in the chat, how long has everyone been trading for? Just type the year, the number for the year that, or months that you've been trading for, just to get a good idea of the experience level that everyone's at. 2021, 4 years, 7 years, 3 years.
All right, so guys, I want to highlight something here really quickly, and I'm gonna I need to pull up my drawing tools first. So give me just a second on that. But this is something I talked about. I've only talked about this once before on this show, but it's something. It's kind of an indicator or combination of indicators that I use here. So if we're looking at, all right, there they are. Two numbers on this chart. First of all, down here, I have the 5-minute ATR, the 5-minute average true range. Right now, this is sitting at 27. Okay. This is the dev width up here. So it's the width between standard deviation and VWAP, right? And V1 and VWAP2, et cetera, et cetera. So basically what it's telling us is this is 25 when our ATR is 27. Again, that to me is not, I know there's going to be scalpers, there's going to be, for momentum traders, this is not a tradable market, because what it's telling you is that the range we're moving into candle is less than the width of the standard deviation. So what it's telling you, again, the joke I always make, it's kind of a lame dad joke, but it's called a politician's market, right? A politician will talk a lot without really saying anything. And so a politician's market moves a lot, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So to me, when these numbers are close, and especially when the 5-minute ATR is above is bigger than the dev width, especially when they're in the 20s and 30s, there's nothing for me here, because this is just a market just chopping. It's just chop on a little wider scale than we're used to. So for me, I need to see a price action expansion one way or the other. Let these standard deviation bands begin to expand a little bit. They always tighten at the New York Open because more volume comes in. And, once you understand what VWAP is, basically the average contract price paid for a contract since yesterday's open of today's session, this just tells me that we're just chopping. We're barcoding out. It's just on a little bit of a higher time frame. So again, I need to see a price action expansion outside of the +1 or -1 standard deviation bands.
What are those levels looking at?
Which levels?
The levels that you're like basically your penalty box that you would not be trading in.
Oh, right now between here, anywhere between +1 and -1 standard deviation until we get at least like a strong candle close above or below those areas.
But what are those price points currently at right now? Sitting.
Oh, right now, the +1 standard deviation is sitting at 22.90, 22.090. -1 is sitting at 22.040. So a really clean 50-point range there.
Okay.
So a little bit tighter than the 50-minute opening range today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of what's so cool. I mean, it is really what's cool about trading is your analysis that you just broke down there, Matt, falls in line with, again, this 15-minute opening range that we're looking at. It also falls in line with my trend line break that I would be looking at. So it's an interesting way to see that, you know, we could all have different analyses, but all have similar trade setups and trade ideas. Getting some buying pressure coming in here out of nowhere. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention is, you know, it's all similar in terms of the output would be the same as you would take a trade here. I would also take a trade there, but we have different analysis when we come to that conclusion.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, sometimes we take different routes to get to the same destination.
Yeah, all roads lead to Rome.
Interesting price action right now. Very interesting.
All right, come on, let's break out here, guys. Let's there's nothing wrong with cheering the markets on when you're not in a position, right? Because you don't want to let your emotions in. But right now, I want to see a move up to probably at least 21.30, 22.130 or 140. And I think then we have the opportunity for a continuation play or more likely a reversal play back towards +1 standard deviation. But let's just see. Of course, I say that we're just gonna break down here.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a breakout during the marble race.
Yeah.
So guys, we need 4 more likes to do the next marble race giveaway here in 3 minutes. Smash the like button right now. Let's get those likes up.
Do it.
Do it. Tell him, Mariam. Tell him.
Do it, y'all.
Yeah, we could definitely queue up another one here in the next. If this candle kind of doesn't challenge the 100 and break up above, maybe above this. See what's the high of the opening 5-minute candle. The high there is 110, so 22.110. So if we don't break above that here, if this candle maybe retraces a VWAP, we should probably queue up the next race.
Yeah, this might be our range.
Yeah.
This might be the range that we're in today, which I wouldn't be shocked, honestly. So let's see. Something's like itch. I mean, are you guys surprised that something inside me is itching to short? But I don't trust this move. It looks like it wants to break. It looks like it wants to break the upside, but I don't know. Something's not. I got to see more conviction. This 100 level is strong.
If something inside you is itching, I encourage like some Tums or some Pepto. Might just be heartburn.
Yeah. Might need some fiber.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was a callback to yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, here comes my little bull flag. Maybe.
You would get a solid entry. I'm not gonna lie. If you got a bull flag here, you have room if it breaks 100.
Here's the thing. We had this push through VWAP, right? Then we came back down. We held VWAP. And another strong push up. Now we get this little consolidation. And if we break this cleanly, I'm going to enter it for sure.
Nice. Okay.
And then go for the break.
And again, you're monitoring the 1 minute when you're trading. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, 1 minute and 5 minute and also 15 minute.
Went out to 30, 60, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 10 second, 15 tick, 80.
There are some traders I know that trade on the 15-second. There's the break.
Shit.
There it is.
Very bad entry on this. Very bad entry. I was too slow, but I entered it. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for a potential retest here before I enter for a long. My stop would probably be below 80. if I got the hopefully the entry that I'm looking for, but
Business inventories 0%, expecting 0%. Housing market index kind of in line as well, maybe slightly weak, but
interesting. That's right. We did get some data here.
yeah, nothing. That caused that short little pop there, but it's I don't know that this data is going to necessarily pop or drop anything.
Well,
That's
and
why
look at where
my entry was so shit.
Yeah, it was.
Because I literally pressed the button and it popped. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
The market maker said, "Fuck you" in particular.
Yep. Market
well, look
maker.
at where we rejected on ES as well. That 60-75 area that I was mentioning, we need to get back above. So that's going to be something that I'm watching for. I don't like this wick so far on the 2 minute, also the 5 minute. So if we close back below, ideally I would want to see us at least at minimum close back above 95. 95 would be what I would be looking for, and then I would consider along there. I think ES would need to clear the 75 for a stronger confirmation. But so far, not convincing me.
Nope. That was a shit entry. My entry should have been at like 97-ish.
You and I feel like trade pretty similarly though. We like the breakout. We like the breakout move.
I got stopped out on this button. Got stopped at. Yeah, we love the breakouts.
I honestly didn't even realize that we had news. That's why I was like, oh, we're getting this push, but it makes more sense now that we got that move to the upside.
I sit here and wait for confirmation. Y'all are like, screw your confirmation. I'm in.
What do you mean? I'm waiting too.
Well, I have my confirmation, to be fair. I have my confirmation. Just didn't work out.
Nick says confirmed D's.
All right, but I think that's a great time to run another marbles race. I think that's perfect, actually. We got the 550 likes, so we're ready to do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the same thing again, guys. 5 winners. Okay, the first 4 people are gonna win, and the last one who actually finishes the race. So people who get people who fly off the track, sorry, you get disqualified. But the one person that makes it last gets another free account. So we're gonna do 5 free 50K growth accounts. So let's run it. Very simple. You have to like the stream. You have to type the keyword that I'm gonna drop in a second, and you have to be subscribed to the channel. So the keyword for this one, in good old price action fashion, is barcode. One word.
One word. Barcode.
Barcode.
Only the first 300 people are gonna make the cut and actually race for this.
Yeah, there it is.
There it goes.
Nice. Wow.
You always know
guys are quick
exactly
with it.
how the lag on the stream by the chat.
If you guys haven't taken your power stance yet, I very much encourage you to do that.
Barcode is what it is. Maybe we should use a keyword that actually moves price instead of confirming barcode.
Encourages it. Yeah.
I just rethought my decision here.
Yeah, interesting little price range we're in. Nasdaq's still holding this level though, this 9 EMA. I just don't like these top wicks that we keep putting in. Again, not surprised by this price action whatsoever. I know we tend to get some barcode action happening, but this week in particular, I'm not too shocked about it. ES still holding this trend line. Again, ES does look a lot more bullish to me, but this rejection at 75, mark that level. 75 is going to be a resistance zone that we look for us to clear to the upside.
Hey, we got Ray Dalio again in the chat, trying to win some accounts.
Let's go.
I think he needs it.
I'm gonna guess that's not the real Ray Dalio.
No, it actually is. It actually is.
Okay.
I did some research on it, and it actually is the real Ray Dalio. He also messaged me and said he needs a 50K growth account. So.
Not to put a little damper on everything here, I just looking at my news feed from NBC News. Radar data shows several U.S. military aircraft refueling in the air headed towards the Middle East, escorting fighter jets.
Yeah.
So we will see if the U.S. is about to enter this conflict. It seems to be that where we're headed with that.
Oh man.
Boy, I guess if there's one, if you're trying to piss off both the right and the left in this country, get us in another Middle Eastern war.
For real. Such a mess.
I hope not. All right. Are we ready? Do we have the first 300 for the marbles race? We do.
Oh, look at this one. Oh my goodness. Are we back in the depths of hell for this one?
Nice.
All right.
Let's get the countdown, Matt.
Oh, this looks chaotic. All right, let's have some fun. All right, guys. So we are releasing the marbles in 3, 2, 1, and they're off.
Guys, remember, first 4 get a 50K growth account, and the last one to actually finish the race. All right.
Well, this is like Plinko here.
It is like Plinko. I love it.
Plinko.
Oh, some people get stuck there in the back.
Dang.
Marco Kwan, first rank so far. Knowledge Seeker.
Dang, Marco's moving.
Marco's moving. Knowledge Seeker is second. Let's see if Marco can keep it up. This is kind of like Mario Kart when somebody throws the blue turtle to the first place, and then you're just toast, man. You're just toast. And then last one gets like the bullet and just flies by everybody.
Wow.
This one looks sick though. I like the carbon fiber design here.
Yeah, this is fun.
And again, guys, we limit the first 300 entries to this. So again, I always encourage you guys, make sure you're live on the stream. Sometimes you click away or we end up in the background. Even for a few seconds, it can knock you off the live stream. Make sure there's a red dot next to live on your screen. If not, you can either catch up manually or you can just refresh the page and pop on in.
Yep.
Boy, what kind of trippy bullshit do we got going on now?
I have no idea, but I love it. Okay, we got our first winner here. We got second place. We got third and fourth. This is looking good. So we got Bader in first place, Kishan Biswas in second place, Sak Shaggy in third place, and Tevin Chase 777 in fourth place. You guys all win a 50K growth account. Make sure to type something in the chat right now so we see you're there, and also add your email into the YouTube channel description so we can actually reach out to you. Now let's see who's the fifth.
Here comes the fire to burn up all the marbles that aren't...
Burn them.
Oh, yeah, they're getting them.
Burn them. There we go. Let's see who gets in last. Let's see who gets in last. Last winner of a 50K growth account. Oh, you got a race. The burn, the flame is coming.
You know, watching every one of these, I just thank goodness we don't do this show on edibles.
No, I'm telling you.
All right, we have last place coming in hot here. Let's see, I can't read it on my screen, but
I know I can't.
It's gonna pop up here in a second on the stream. So W Kevin, W Kevin took an L and the W at the same time. So congratulations, congratulations! You also won a 50K growth account. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick. And add your email address into your channel description, your YouTube channel description.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats, guys. We're going to have 2 more of those today, so stay tuned.
Well, as we were talking here, we are, again, flirting with this 22,100 area on NASDAQ. ES also now still approaching this, trying to approach the 75 area. Someone in the chat had mentioned that it's the previous week's high, which is swing high. So this is going to be a key area for several reasons. So be watching that. You know, now I would want to see us break above 22,115 on the NQ. So let's see. Anything you guys are eyeing on this? I know, Matt, you kind of mentioned what you're looking for, but Nick, would you re-enter this?
If I get a nice bull flag, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, for me, I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens if we retest up here.
That was the move I expected, like a clean, like a clean upside move. That would have been nice.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Would have, could have, should have.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah, you have to sing that. once we reach 20,000 subscribers. Actually, Brett sent me a message.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
All right, I might consider a small entry here at this 22.98 level.
For long?
This would be a very light entry, but then my stop would be probably less than 20 points actually on this stop.
I'm actually kind of eyeing up a little bit of a potential retracement play if we break down. I probably wouldn't enter until like maybe the 90 level, but yeah. Or were you saying long or short there, Miriam?
I was looking long.
Okay.
Wait, so Miriam and I are looking long and Matt is looking short? What the hell?
Ooh,
Potential
clip that.
short. Potential short. I'm not.
Clip that.
What the hell?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bob.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a retrace back. I'm not gonna enter here.
So the Tesla headline just came across. Tesla is sitting on so much inventory it has to take over parking lots all over the U.S.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So there must have been, I don't know if there's some sort of, inventory report or something. I mean, Tesla's earnings aren't coming up for a while, but I guess that's something pretty easy to confirm or deny. You just kind of drive around and look at parking lots.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm in the Midwest. I don't think there's a Tesla dealership within 8 hours of me in any direction.
Oh boy, here we go.
There's the pub.
Yes, also clearing the 75 area on the 5-minute. Yeah, I want to retrace. I don't want to jump into this. This is gonna
No,
go without
PMP, don't put that on me. I didn't say I was going short up here. I said I wanted to see a breakdown below 100 first.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this.
I would have thought there'd be a little bit of a run on Teslas, considering the potential budget that's being finalized in Congress kills that EV tax credit. I think if you buy now, it's probably still. I mean, I don't know how I've never bought an EV. I don't know exactly know how that works, but Israeli military says missiles launched from Iran toward Israel.
Oh man, just stop it, guys. Just live in peace.
Well, at the very least,
much.
let them bomb each other. We don't need to get involved.
Yeah, but can't just everybody live in peace? Like, come on.
I mean, you think so, but I take particular umbrage, and this isn't like a stance that's going to piss off a whole lot of people, I would think. But how many presidents just in my lifetime have think that we can solve the Middle East? Yeah, this has only been going on for like 2,000 years, guys. But yes, you can solve it, sure.
Crazy times.
Give me a little bull flag up here, and I'm a happy man. What would be your confirmation for a long, Miriam?
I want to see us get back to. I want to see how we're going to react at 22.110, and then ideally, I want an entry at 22.100. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know this is supposed to be a religious. It's about power. It's always about power and money. Religion's just an excuse.
Also, guys, quick reminder. On the positive side, we're going to have Coach Tank on in 15 minutes.
Let's go. Yeah, not getting my entry here, guys. I'm not going to chase this. It is what it is. I can get my entry, and that's totally fine.
I would have gotten my TP though, if it didn't stop me out first. Hindsight trader in full action again. I'm interested in this, guys. Do you, Matt and Miriam, do you ever look at how your trade would have played out after the fact, like once you get stopped out? Because for me, I actually like looking at what would have happened if I wouldn't have been stopped out, and if my analysis overall was correct. because right now
Mhm.
I was correct. That's where my TP was. I just was too early on this. But do you guys do that or no?
Yeah, I do it a lot. It's the difference between like getting yourself in a position where you're, regretting things versus, constructively looking at it and saying, yeah, it was just the timing. And that's happened to me a lot. That happens a lot in trading. You have the right thesis, but the timing is off.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad trade. It's that you just got in at a different time. And so, is there anything to tweak there necessarily? Maybe, just wait for extra confirmation, whatever it was on this move that you took. Maybe it was because it was a breakout, whatever, right? There's something that you could take from it. And so, for me, I'm like, I didn't get an entry. That's just simply what it is. And I'm seeing it go. Also, we got such crazy weird price action, which we're still getting. I mean, right now we're breaking out of this 15-minute opening range. And it's a nice move if you caught the long, but for me, my personal strategy, there was nothing to take here. But yeah, that happens all the time. I look at that all the time and I'm like, damn, like that actually worked. But I've realized now to not see that as something negative, right? When I see
not at
something
all.
work out and play out, I'm like, okay, great, this worked out. And whether I took it or not, it's just solidifying my strategy further. So whatever I need to tweak in that area, I'll tweak it. But it is actually more of a positive thing for me rather than a negative one when,
I agree. It's like, if you look at it as, okay, if I would have done this would have happened. I mean, obviously people are going to be like, yeah, would have, should have, could have.
Yeah.
But if you're not like, hey, shit, man, if I wouldn't have set my stop loss here, this would have worked and I would have made so much money. Like, if you don't do it that way and you're actually just literally analyzing it logically, objectively, and be like, hey, okay, so this is what happened, here's why it happened, and here's what I could have done in order for it not to happen.
Mhm.
Is that part of my strategy? No. So I did everything right. Great. That's the way I do it. But I think, especially in the beginning, that's what happened to me. Was I was thinking, oh, I shouldn't have moved my stop, or like I shouldn't have put my stop there because of that. I got stopped out, and if I would just have held, I would have made so much money, and it would have been great. So I think that's the dangerous part of it.
Yeah, and I think this kind of goes back to, as a trader, I think a lot of things that trips a lot of new traders up is thinking about how much money they're going to make, how much money they potentially could have made. And I know it's natural as humans, we all want to make money, but it's the thing is about trading, there's two things. One, you always have to protect your capital. Always think about how much money you could potentially lose if you're wrong, rather than how much money you can make if you're right. And that alone, that mindset shift will, I promise you, be like the difference in your trading. That's number one. Number two is oh my god, I just forgot number two. That's wonderful. Love that. But I think a lot of it is just considering what your risk is on a trade, right? Don't ever risk more than you can afford, right? Even in an evaluation account. Oh wow, getting a nice little retrace here. I might consider a long here, guys. I might look at this area.
Like,
just waiting on a little bit more confirmation.
15-minute opening range holding up.
Just waiting. But yeah, always think about how much money you could potentially lose. That's just number one in trading. Don't look at it as a loss. You can have a really good trade and still lose money, right? The opposite is very true. You can make money, but that could be a bad trade because it didn't fit your criteria. So, it's one of those where you just got to be mindful. You got to be mindful. Holding the 9 EMA here and the opening range, I'm gonna watch this candle here.
All right, so another, or I'm sorry, Miriam, you're about to get into something here?
I didn't get my entry. I did not get my entry. We'll see. I have my current entry. I'm gonna set a limit order to 22,100 and change. See if I get pulled on that.
Just had another headline come out, guys. Top Wall Street market watchers, including CEOs and economists, government affairs officials, are closely reading the tea leaves on the possibility of Trump greenlighting the bunker busters on Iran for its obvious market implications. The read from the White House, they say, is that no decision has been made, but Trump is warming up to the idea, if Iran does not engage talks soon, to end its nuclear program by force. This comes amid intense opposition from parts of the MAGA coalition to any U.S. involvement. The obvious short-term market implication is on oil, U.S. stocks, and dollar. Story developing.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, if you're a stock trader, defense stocks will be popular if we get pulled into another Middle Eastern war. So, you know.
That is for sure.
Yeah, missed my entry on that. All good.
Another one will follow.
Oh, that was another thing I was going to say is like, there's always going to be another trade. You don't have to catch every single move. You're never going to catch the top and you're never going to, you know, get the bottom. I mean, it's very rare that that happens. I can count on my hands how many times I've actually caught the bottom and sold at the top like that. It's so rare for that to happen. So don't look at it as like, oh, I missed out on this huge move. You're going to miss out on the move. That's just that's what happens in trading. So don't look at it as like, oh, I missed it. You're going to miss it and it's okay. So,
I wonder what Coach Tank says about it. I
do too. I'm curious about that too. I'm gonna take a stab at an entry. If like I said, I have my entry sitting here at 22,101. So if I get filled on this, great. And then I'll set a light stop loss or a tight stop loss.
What would be your target on this?
I would target the high. I would target 22,133 as the high, and then I would also look for us to fill up into the 22,150 area.
All right.
Doesn't look like it wants to give me my entry though, which is fine. It's okay. But I have my limit order set and I'm trading minis. Actually kind of like this a little bit more if we do get this.
Where is your order sitting at? Sorry, on the minis?
22,101.
101, okay.
Yeah, Tony, that's a pretty good quote. I agree with that. It's another way of saying, what is it? Bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Boundless Payable is saying, I've officially decided I'm not participating this week. News for FOMC holiday and lingering political news just makes it such a high risk, unpredictable environment. Yeah, I mean, great choice. If you see that you would not thrive in that environment, then don't even try. That's a great choice, and shows that you have a lot of discipline, because most traders can't stay away.
Yeah.
And good that you still stick around for Coach Tank. And the two upcoming marble races as well.
Still plenty to see.
Plenty to see. Let's actually get the likes up here though. 700 we need for the next marble race.
I'm thinking out loud, but I'm thinking in my head, but I want to say it out loud. And usually it's funny because like one of the things I mentioned too is like you should talk your trades out loud. Before I started doing the stream, I would literally talk about my levels out loud. One thing I used to do when I first started trading was actually write down and talk about my plan. I'd be like, all right, bear scenario, bullish scenario, and this is what I would be looking for. These are the levels, these are the most A+ setups. And I would actually write them down, and that helped me a lot. Whether you're a kinetic learner, that helps you. If you're an audit, oh, you know what? I might get filled on this, but I don't know if I'm loving this anymore. All right, I just got filled on that entry, but I'm gonna set my stop to 22.85. I'm gonna give this a 15-point stop because I would not like if this gets below that. So let me pull up my M and Q here so you guys can see. Here's my entry and there's my stop. So I did get filled at that 22,101 area. I'm setting a very tight stop on this, guys. I'm in 12 micros. So let's see if we get the buying pressure here. Yeah, I actually would not want this to get below 90. Getting below 90 would not have me convinced of this move. So we'll see. We'll see what we got. I put my stop in place, but yeah, I think, I think for me, it's just like you want to have less drama going on, right? So when you're looking at the charts and you're talking about your trades out loud and you're like, all right, this is a level I'm going to get in. All right, what's going on here? You can actually look at both sides of the trade rather than trying to convince yourself to stay in a losing trade. Whether you're trying to, convince yourself of anything, you're looking at both sides of the trade. What are the sellers doing? What are the buyers doing? That's a lot of the reason why I talk about like looking at the story of the candle. What is the candle telling you, right? And right now, when I'm looking at this 2-minute chart, that's why I'm like, I don't want us getting below this 22,090 area. I want to see bulls really take this back above at least this 113 area. If we can get back above 113, I think we have a good chance of breaking these highs. But right now, we're sitting below this 9 EMA on the 5. We held it on. I'm sorry, we're holding the 9 EMA on the 5, which is, what I would have liked to enter on. But again, I don't want us getting below this 90 and 85 area, which is why I'm going to set my stop where it is. And if I get stopped out, it's okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. Also, a quick shout out here to Green Eye. Just passed his eval, or her eval. Congratulations. Big W.
Golf clap.
What's that clap, Matt?
It's a golf clap. It's soft, it's polite, it's, when you get your first payout, you get a... As I just woke up every pet of everybody watching this show.
Yeah. There you go.
We're soon going to see some cats on stream. We are holding that 4-hour candle open for now, Miriam, so that's good.
Yeah, like I said, this is the area that I'm looking for us to hold or potentially break, which is why my stop, I'm happy with my stop, 15-point stop. That's very, very reasonable, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we can hold here, I think we have a good chance of breaking to the upside. So let's see what we get here. But my first target, I'm going to set my first target here a little below this 130. I'm going to set it at 28. There we go. What are we laughing at?
Turbo Skeeter.
We're laughing at Skeeter there in the chat.
Bro, you scared my stats. Don't my keyboard cost me thousands.
Fun fact. Actually, there was one time where my cat entered a trade. For real. Like, no joke.
Wow.
But I was sitting there. I closed it right away.
How do you don't even mean to do that? That could have been thousands for you.
It wasn't the kind of situation where I would be like, hey, I blew my account because my cat entered a trade.
Oh no, that'd be terrible.
Well, that happened apparently multiple times.
It's a trader version of a dog ate your homework.
Yeah, exactly.
My cat entered a trade.
And yes or no, it was a loss, actually. My cat sucks at trading.
That's hilarious. All right. Anything you guys are looking for, Nick, Matt?
Honestly, I'm looking for a short here, but I
didn't want to say it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. This is, if we break down below this 100 level and then break through 90, that's why I set my stop at 85. If we break through 85, we have room down to VWAP sitting here at 70. We break 70, we got some room down. So
yeah,
this is my line in the sand for bulls. If they disappoint me here, I'm never taking a long again.
Clip that, Drew. Clip that fast.
Oh man. Yeah, they're holding on by a thin thread right now. It's
Yeah, it is not very clear what's going to happen here in a couple minutes.
they got to prove it right here. They got to do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it now. Get to the chopper.
I love your Schwarzenegger impression.
I know you do the best impression. Except for the Dr. Phil one, we can leave that one in a tight box.
What are you talking about? It's not Tradeify TV without Dr. Phil.
God, it's such a creepy one.
I'm
man.
gonna find out what time you set your alarm, Miriam. I'm gonna call you 1 minute after it goes off.
God.
Get out of bed.
We got to stream. Yikes. Yeah, no thanks. I'll have nightmares the rest of the week at least. Do they
I
still
feel like
play
this
those
is something I
episodes?
need to
Do they still have
conspire with your
Dr.
fiance about.
What's that?
I feel I need to conspire with your fiance about this. I'll call his phone and you'll be nice and sound asleep, and I'll have him put it as loud on speaker as possible. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, don't give him any ideas because I think he would be down for that. Oh man. Well, getting a hold here on this 9 EMA retest. So definitely want to see bulls step in here. I don't feel like if we can't get back up above this 13 area, which we just tapped right now, or we're kind of flirting with, I don't really like this this setup. So I might actually even move my stop if that's the case. I might move my stop a little bit tighter because I just don't like that we're not taking this out. I'm actually gonna move it. I'm gonna move it to 90. I want to see aggressive selling coming, or I'm sorry, don't put that out, Miriam. Don't put that out. I want to see aggressive buying come in here.
Force of habit, huh?
Yikes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I get for going long.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we don't really seem to have much conviction either way right now. We're just kind of stalling out.
Right.
I see Perro says it sounds like more of the old pervert from Family Guy. I haven't watched Family Guy in a while. I might have to go refresh my my memory on that. But I don't know, that takes creepy beyond. I mean, Dr. Phil's just is creepy in a not quite the same way.
Oh man. Well, I want to know who's trying to fade this, because I might try to fade myself. Clearly I'm putting that energy out, so not intending to, but this is where we're at.
If we get a break off that 100 level to the downside, I would be interested in a short.
Yeah, we're really struggling at this 100 area. I'm sorry, this 110 area on NQ. I want to see us get a clear push above that and hold. Ideally, this next 5-minute candle would actually open above that. But let's see, we're struggling. We're really struggling. I'm watching book maps really closely here. Yeah, getting the selling coming in. I'm not liking this, guys. You know what? I don't do this often. I really don't do this often, but I might exit my position just because I don't like this. I'm closing this, guys. I'm closing this. I just closed it for a $14 profit. I don't like this at all. This can go without
that's
me.
a matcha for you.
You know, when I'm looking at book maps here and they keep rejecting this area, it's not giving me conviction to stay in the trade. And it's not too often that I do that. I don't like that they're struggling. I really don't like that they're struggling. And I'm very happy to close this trade. If this goes on without me, it can go. Fuck it. I don't care. But at the same time, like if I'm sitting in a trade like this and I'm just not getting the move that I want, I will happily close. I will happily close it and re-enter later. So $14 for me on the day, and I'm good with that. But look at these guys. Look at these wicks to the top side.
I'm
This is
putting a
not.
sell stop in at 092, 5
I
micros.
actually just took a short.
This is
Okay, I
great
did too,
exit
yeah.
for me. Great exit for me. I'm not. I would have gotten.
You had a
stopped out.
perfect exit on this, Miriam. Like this was great.
Yeah, not convinced on that, guys. That honestly, I will say though, I'll be honest, that rarely happens. That rarely happens while I'll get into a trade and I will exit it because I'm just not convinced anymore. So, call it intuition or what, but I, yeah, definitely happy I got out of that.
Perfect sense, honestly.
Yeah. I will be watching this VWAP here. I'll be looking at that.
My stop is at 110, 20-point stop.
I'm sitting at break even already because I had my 15 points profit. Let's see if we can get follow through or not.
We get below 80, I will adjust the stop. I will bring the stop to probably just 100 there, but we got to get below 2280 first. You must have got a better entry than I did there, Nick.
Yeah, my entry was pretty sweet, 22.96.
Okay, so a few points ahead of me. Yeah.
This time I was fast enough.
Yeah, so my entry ended up being, I think, right at 90 there. And I'm setting a 20-point stop up at 110. Right now, I have my profit target at 60. I'll see how we interact with VWAP. I might just take a small win there if we get down to that area.
Ooh, I almost got stopped out. Break even. Let's see.
Yeah, you gotta honestly, I think we both exited. I exited at 22.102.75. My entry was 22.101.25.
Oh, wow.
So barely even a point, but you got in right after I exited, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a classic bear flag entry.
Yeah, this looks clean. This looks clean to the downside. I like it. I'm not in this, but I like it.
I have my target sitting at 22.55.
Watch
moving
22.07.
stop. I'm moving my stop to 22.100 even.
All right.
So that'd be about a 10-point stop loss. We can't seem to build momentum below 80 here.
Yeah.
That has me a little concerned.
I don't like that either. I might get stopped out break even. If I'm not getting stopped out break even, you guys know it. I told you yesterday. I'm gonna call myself the goat of stop loss for today. Because it was literally a tick. I didn't get stopped out. No, actually 2 ticks. But market might hunt me now for that.
What is your stop? Because we have some sellers at 22.105.
95.25.
Oh, okay. What's your stop, Matt?
My stop's even 22.100.
Okay.
But I didn't get any off before like he did, so
Looks like I'm getting out here. Yeah,
it'd basically be $100 loss if I hit that, which for me might as well be a break-even trade. So I'm not too worried about it. We're wicking out bad on this candle.
That was clean though. Clean entry.
That was clean. That was very clean. I mean, as clean as a choppy day will give you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see some follow through, especially after we broke the low of my entry candle, the 1 minute candle at 22.81. Once we went down to 22.077, that's when I expected follow through. So it made perfect sense.
22.105. I think 22.105 I think this still actually looks good for a short. I just, I would watch this 22.105 area for a potential rejection. I'm not going to enter it, but I like it for a setup. So if anyone's in a short, if you caught this short, and I don't know, depending on your entry, I think that would be a good stop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little above like 22.106.
I mean, you literally crystal balled the market. With
Dude,
that
I'm
exit,
telling you, like, we
that
talked
exit
about
of your
this.
long, that was great. Your exit from the long, that was fantastic.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this earlier though, like the intuition that comes with certain trades and certain setups when you're looking at the volume, you're looking at the order flow. Like to me, I was like, they're not convincing me. They're not convincing me of this long. They
Yeah.
were holding it, but the wicks, the rejections, I was like, I need to get out of this trade. And that's rare for me to do that, but that's I think where intuition really has helped me in a lot of setups is, we don't like to run on what we think is going to happen. We take the highest probability, but if we have any sort of sense, and I feel like the woman's intuition is a whole nother level, but like when you have that sense where it's just not going well, and it's not like I was sized heavy on this play. There's by no means was I sized heavy on it, but so I wasn't uncomfortable with my position size. I was just not comfortable with the trade acting out as I intended for it to. So, anytime you feel any sort of being uncomfortable in a trade, get out. Just get out. Don't risk it. What's the point, right? So
It depends on the kind of uncomfortability, no?
Sorry?
It depends why you're uncomfortable, I guess. Are you uncomfortable because you're not happy about your entry because, I don't know, you broke a rule or something? Or are you uncomfortable because just price is not moving exactly how you wanted it to? Or it really depends on the situation, I believe.
I agree.
Because if you say, get out of a trade when you're uncomfortable, very likely you're just going to close because you're afraid to lose profits or shit like that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of the things that I like about talking your trades out loud. Like I probably sound crazy if anyone walks by my office because I'm literally talking to myself, but it's so important to actually have that look as to, all right, what are the buyers doing, what are the sellers doing? All right, it looks like, and you guys heard me talk about this. I'm like, I don't like that buyers are not convincing me of this move to the upside. I'm seeing this level on book maps. We're not able to get above 2113. I'm talking these trades out loud, and it's not just me trying to educate you guys. This is how I normally am when I'm trading. And again, it's helpful because it creates this this very segmented look at the market, what is actually happening in front of you rather than what you want happening. If you're just quiet, I promise you sometimes it just doesn't help with analyzing the market because you're not able to audibly get that out and review it. So again, that's just something that's really helped me a lot.
All right, guys, I'm risk out on this trade. I've set my stop basically like Nick does, break even plus. I'm not seeing the flush I like. And if we don't make a run at VWAP probably on this candle,
we're going to. I feel like we're going to right here.
Yeah, I think we might, but this is jerking around too long. I'm risk off on the trade now. But since I'm risk off, I'm gonna let this thing go a little bit. Let's see how far we can get. What's
your target on this?
Right now it's set at 060 or 61. Excuse me. I'm gonna drop this down to 060. I just kind of put that in so I could drag it around. This is either going to be a break-even trade or I'm going to make a few $100. I'm not, you get to a point, guys, if you're in evals, you're trying to take payouts, those 100 or 200 matter. Sometimes you get to the point they really don't much, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather try to make a few hundred rather than, just try to ease out of something. And you get what I'm saying. All right, I'm out there, guys. So I'm out basically for break even. Okay. We pulsed down 3 or 4 times and we couldn't sustain it. So
we're just still on the previous month high is what this is.
Yeah. This is the second candle in a row. We'll see. We still got a minute 20, but if this does not go test VWAP, we're not going to.
Yeah, guys, and this is kind of what we talked about, right? We talked about this choppy market. We've really been in less like about 100-point range. That's not much considering the NASDAQ. So, for me, again, this is kind of what I expected. I expected us to just chop around here and not really do much. Not to say that there aren't trades to be taken. We clearly showed you guys that, there are certain areas that we're looking for certain bounces or rejections. But again, this to me, when you really zoom out, right? When you zoom out to like the 1-hour chart, we really haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. So, this is not, again, I'm not surprised by this, but these are also not days to put on risk. These are not days to try to look for this massive move. And I just feel like this week in general might end up being like that. So if you got a win, good for you. If you broke even better. If you took a small loss, great, right? As long as you managed your risk properly, this week moving forward, then I think it's a win in general.
Yeah, 100%. And now that we all just took a break-even trade, basically, I think we should do another marbles race. What are you thinking?
Ooh, I like
think
that.
so. I absolutely think so.
Nice, nice. All right, chat. Can we get the likes up to 700 really quick? Just need 49 more, and then we're gonna do another marbles race for 50K growth accounts, free accounts.
Also, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?
A fog.
Come on.
A little bit of a push here to the upside.
Yeah, just wonky. I don't like this price action, guys. This is trash.
Yeah, 6 says it right. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Come on, 19 more likes, and we're gonna do another marbles race. Let's go.
I wonder what Drew has in the hopper for us.
Are you sure?
Yeah, what mythical animal's digestive system are we going to be running through this time?
Oh man.
Love it.
Oh man, oh man.
No Matt Trader.
I just saw the same.
Oh, I love it. We don't even really know what that means. No Matt Trader. Rachel.
It's Brad.
We just learned it today.
Brad's fault. Actually, Leia, good question. We don't know ourselves. We hope he's okay. We have reached out to him, but he's not responding for now. We hope we get a hold of him, of Coach Tank. We really hope he's okay and everything's fine. But we'll keep you updated as soon as we do have an update.
Maybe he's got Spectrum and he can't get online.
Seriously.
Maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he just doesn't like marbles races.
Yeah. If for some reason, guys, we are not able to bring Coach Tank on, we will work with him to schedule a replacement this week, hopefully. But obviously, we're down a show this week with the holiday on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We will. The people demand Coach Tank. We will make it happen.
Mm.
Facts. Facts. All right, we have. Let me update the likes here really quick. We're sitting at 693. 7 more, guys. Come on. You can do it. Just hit that like
No,
button really quick.
Taylor, Miriam did not actually straighten her hair. It's a wig. No.
Miriam's
Taylor, how's your knee doing? I know you said you tore your ACL, if I recall, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you've had surgery on it yet, but hopefully it's elevated.
Mm. Short Buzz Trader, I don't know if you're trying to, predict what the giveaway code is, but that's not it.
That's not it. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. All right, PMPFX, the 700 likes completed. Let me refresh. I do trust you, PMPFX, but I wanted to see it myself. 705. Nice. Very nice. So we're going to do another marbles race for 50K growth accounts. The first 4 are going to get one, and the last person to actually finish the race, okay? Not the people who are disqualified, just the one that is last with actually finishing it. Rules are clear. You have to like the stream. You have to be subscribed to the channel, and you have to type the keyword. And once I'm going to interrupt that keyword, you only have to type it once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. You are going to get disqualified, actually, if you type it more than once. So don't spam the chat. The keyword is break even, one word, because we all just took a break even trade.
Break even.
Ooh, somebody was fast.
Mm-hmm.
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 And there they go.
Nice.
Break even, Steven. I'm going to participate as well.
Just not trying to beat those rigged allegations, are you?
I just want to win one to clip it.
And you have to YOLO the account on stream.
Oh, imagine. I'm sure they would love it. Guys, you got to spell it right. I see break even, break in. I see everything.
Wait,
Come
how did that go again, Nick?
That was breaking.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
Hey, Choker13 says no jumping checks this time, Matt.
All
is
right.
that
Well,
true?
let's see what happens.
Well, if you want to lose, don't do jumping checks. That's fine.
Well, this 22,100 area is seemingly strong now.
A lot of pinning action there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wiz, you said one more time. Yeah, sure. Break even.
That's awesome.
All right. Do we have the first 300? I think so. Still coming in. Well, whenever we do have them, Drew is going to pull up the marbles race. You're going to see it on stream. I think, Matt, we both had a pretty good entry on that short and also a pretty good exit going out break even here. I'm happy with that because I would not like to be still in this one.
If I was in like a 2 or 3 mini position, I probably would have taken a contract off or a couple on that surge towards VWAP. But again, it was a smaller position because I wasn't as convinced on the trade as I typically am. I was probably about minimally convinced to actually enter the trade. So it was kind of one of those attitudes, especially once I got it to I could drag the stop down to break even. I was going to let it run. I was going to see if we could get down maybe even to the lowest session, because at that point, again, it was a trade I wasn't super confident in, and I'm break even on it. So at that point, I'm rolling dice and see how far it can go. But if it had rejected VWAP, maybe would have taken a small win there. But yeah, I mean, I think one thing we've seen, guys, even in these environments where the momentum trading, which is what the three of us all like to do, and the majority of our guests, that should kind of tell you something there, guys. When we haven't had as many setups as we like in those scenarios, it's I think the best example we can give you guys is managing these trades. And I think in the time we've been doing this show, I can't think of any off the top of my head trades we've just flat out not managed right. And so again, this goes to show you guys, there are times you're going to nibble around, take some small winners, take some small losers. But when you set yourself up, again, I was set up on that trade. I was either going to break even or I was going to be a few $100s ahead on a very small position. So when you can put yourself in that position, you only need, 1 out of every 3 or 4 trades to run to that profit target if you can manage them to break even at some point within that. But honestly, guys, we're just sort of, it's a lot of the technicals are just not mattering right now. We're just pinning to that 22,100 action. So it is what it is. But I think we're about ready here, guys.
Yep. And while we're getting ready here in the background, somebody, who is that here? Boundless Pebbley, like he just said, can we get a W in the chat for Drew? I mean, he's goated for being on top of all the animations. That's for sure, guys. Give Drew a little W in the chat here.
Our producer is Drew, by the way, if anyone doesn't know who Drew is.
Drew.
Let's go, Drew.
All right, guys.
What is this, an arena?
Ready?
Stadium?
Now. Huh?
Is this a stadium that we're in now?
Yeah, we're in a stadium. Now, I do want to say behind the scenes, we've heard this is one of the higher death rates of the marble races. So I think a lot of people are going to be watching their marbles shoot off the side here. So let's see what happens. Let's send them off, guys, in
90%.
3, 2, 1.
90% death rate on this. Oh, man.
Oh, that makes sense why.
I love it. All right, so we got Lars in the lead. We got CPT Martin second, DK6 third. Lars still in the lead. Maverick,
God, yeah, they're going off left and right.
Oh, guys, you're flying off. Hold on. Oh, shit. We got still Lars in the lead. Damn, he's getting some advantage here. He's far ahead.
Wow.
I love the little explosions when the marble goes all the way down to the bottom there. Pop, 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 pop.
Lars still in the lead. Dai Tabu in second place. Remember, guys, the first 4 are getting a 50K growth account, and the last person to actually finish also gets a 50K growth account. Now we got Eric in the lead. I think I got yoinked out of this track. Damn.
This is awesome.
All right, we got the first four. In here. We have first place, stay in the right lane. We got, I think I saw that guy before. We have Nar Vartanian in second place. Then we have Stefan Mori in third place. And we have Knowledge Seeker in fourth place. Congratulations, guys. Make sure to type something in the chat really quick and add your email to the YouTube channel description so we can actually reach out to you. Also, the last winner here, last person to make it, you're gonna see. We don't know yet, but the fire is coming. The fire is coming.
Dang.
Let's see. All right. Who's the last person that has made it?
Joker.
Oh, it's Joker.
Is it really?
Joker.
No way. No way.
Nice.
Wait. It's Joker 13. There's no way. It was actually.
You did the ritual right.
Yeah, whatever you did it right, Joker.
I guess you're not getting sued, Matt.
Watch him not be here now.
There you
Come
go.
on, no.
Where is he? There he is.
All right.
There he is.
I promise
sure-
this isn't rigged, but maybe the market makers are listening.
Yeah, make sure you guys add your email addresses to your YouTube channel description so we can reach out to you and send you your free code or like your code for the free account. Congrats, guys.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah,
These are
whatever the
fun.
ritual was, that you did there, Joker. It worked. I mean, it did work. You finished last, but you did finish. So hey,
Yep.
you won. I guess that's what's important, right? So I want to see you take that 50K growth account and make six-figure payouts out of it.
Let's get it. I want to see him move to live and then be on top 1 live leaderboard.
Zed, totally rigged. He did naked jumping jacks. Well, maybe you should try it, Zed. See if
Yeah.
it works for you next time.
Yeah, I mean, it's your fault that he didn't do it.
You are losing this lawsuit hard.
So again, guys, we apologize. We are having some difficulties tracking down Coach Tank. So again, if he's not here, probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes, we will reschedule his appearance. We will keep you updated on that, but we will definitely get Tank here.
Mm-hmm.
If not today, on another day. Oh, there's the breakdown. There's the
Getting
flush.
some selling coming in here. Hard selling.
Where the hell was this
Opening
20
range
minutes
was
ago?
a good reduction.
Again, right analysis or execution too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be the topic of today.
Yeah, again, guys, I know some people are saying you don't. First of all, there's 300 marbles. It's going to be very hard to see every little thing on there. But keep in mind, we do 300 at a time, so you got to be one of the first 300 to great comment there, Taylor. One of the first 300 to type the keyword, and you're automatically entered. Remember, if you type it twice, the bot will disqualify you. It will yank you out. So you type it once. And again, so that's how we run that, but you're probably in it. You just don't see yourself. But if you don't, type a little quicker. Make sure, again, guys, make sure the stream is live. There should be a red dot in the bottom left-hand corner of your YouTube screen that shows live with a red dot. That means you're live with us. If you're only a few seconds behind, you should be able to get in. But usually within 30 to 40 seconds, all the spots are taken. So just, you got to be quick. It's 10% skill and 90% luck and 5% fast internet connection.
And 2% jumping checks.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, we're happy to also take some questions here in the chat. I know we talked about having Coach Tank on here. We will work on getting that rescheduled for you guys. But in the meantime, if you guys have any trading related questions, whether it's psychology, whether it's a setup, go ahead and put it in the chat. We're happy to answer those as well. If there's a certain chart you guys want us to look at that is not obviously NQ or ES, happy to also do that as well. Obviously, markets aren't doing much right now. We are just sort of holding VWAP at the moment. So
Yeah.
Not
And also,
much to look at here.
for those of you who are sticking around till the end here, we're going to do another marbles race for another 50K. So for another 50K growth accounts. Yeah, there we go. So stick around till the end here, guys. We're going to do another giveaway.
Another one.
Another one. We want more.
Yeah.
New airstrikes in northern Tehran. That's probably what dropped us.
Mm.
Wait, what's that? Sorry, Matt.
New airstrikes in Tehran.
Oh man. All right, we're getting some questions here. We have. So first of all, Bond is asking, what's that volume indicator, Miriam? Do you like it because it shows the difference between buyers and sellers volume? What's it called?
You want to know what? I actually have no idea what volume indicator this is. I really have no idea. I don't even know.
It looks like some kind of volume delta indicator.
I think that's what it might be. Yeah, but buy sell. It's called BS, but let me see.
It's a BS
That's so
indicator.
weird. I don't even see it in my indicator list. Oh yeah, okay, so it's called buy/sell volume bars by Ryuki. And yeah, so this is one of those where I'm not like, it's nice to see, but I'm not using it in my trading. I'm not like, it's just kind of there, right? It just gives me a visual. I use bookmaps way more than I use this. It's just something, honestly, I had no idea that I even had this indicator on here. But just goes to show, like, I just use it to look at the volume. I'm not really using it to enter trades or confirm on entering trades. And it is nice to see the sort of histogram on like what the range of buyers and sellers are, but just for transparency purposes, I don't actually use it in confirmation for my trades.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have another question here, Matt. This one goes for you. Who did you guys learn your strat from? Who was your mentor or mentors?
I had a couple of mentors. Neither of whom is in the business anymore, and I'll be honest, I would need to ask their permission to share their names before I did that on stream. But in all honesty, Futures was it was a gentleman I used to work with over at the brokerage I worked at for a little while. I worked in the education department there, and so just kind of got into that. But I really learned a lot of my trading and my psychology from a woman who worked at the first place that I was just a moderator in a room. This was like 2015. And my job was just to kind of, keep the peace and in a 2,000 deep small cap trading room. And this was somebody, she'd been in business for a long time, didn't even get into trading till she was well into her 50s and had already made 8 figures in other business deals. And so sort of really, having that, it's really, guys, the mentor is important, but it's really about accountability. And as I was struggling in my trading, or when I continuously do some of the same dumb shit that I've always done, I knew I had to take it to her, and I would get yelled at. So that right away, just having that accountability is like, okay, I could take this trade and it could be a big win, but I'm breaking my own rules and I'm going to get yelled at, even if I make $5,000 on this trade. So you know what? I'm not going to do it this time. And guys, it can be something as simple as, don't get me wrong, good mentorship or, if you can like, that's great, but really it's less mentorship and more about accountability. So like, if you're somebody who's spending $2,000 a month in evals and activation fees and all that, and you're not bringing at least that back in payouts, then, if you have a spouse or you have somebody in your life that can keep you accountable, you need to let them do that, right? Because again, trading is a business. And we've talked how the prop firms like Tradeify, huge net positive for traders. There's virtually no barrier to entry. You get $100, you got a trading account now, right? Or at least can prove that you can trade to the point where you could eventually, ideally, get to a live account. But for me, it's more about the accountability. A mentor will help. Don't get me wrong. That will be very important. But again, just having somebody, like you're honestly, guys, I said, if you're 6 months into this and you're spending more money on the firms, evals and activation fees, then you're pulling out, you are by definition a failing business. And that's what this is. This is a business. So at that point, you need to reassess. I'm not saying give up. 6 months is too quick to give up in this game. but you at the very least need to sit down and have a business plan. If you're scheduling, or if you're spending $1,000 a month on evals, you need to cut that down a little bit until you can get to a point where you're funded. Like I said, 3 to 5 failures of an eval, guys, I say welcome to trading. When you get to 10, 20, 30 or more, and you haven't passed one, or maybe you passed one and you lost it on day one, now we need to make sure your strategy is good, and B, more likely adjust your position size. So yeah, you'll get there. Again, trading, one of the reasons trading is so difficult is because the first 6 months of your career is going to be almost constant negative feedback in the form of losing trades, blown accounts, and some people maybe in your outside your trading life that are not going to believe in what you're doing. So you got to get through all of that. But yeah, I do want to answer the question. So I worked for I'll just tell you, I worked for the education department, the now closed education department over at TradeStation. I was never on the brokerage side, so that's just, I have no interest in doing any of that. But it was always insightful because they had data that helped us really see what traders were doing. And so that's where I've kind of formed some of my thesis into the education side, where again, it's not about traders. So many traders fail just because they give up. There's a lot of traders that quit a month, 3 months, 6 months into this that could have probably been eventually 6 to 7 figure traders if they just stuck with it. So that's where some of my insight into that comes from.
Nice.
Love that. How did you learn, Nick?
My mentor was YouTube.
Nice.
I literally just scanned YouTube for hours and hours and days and weeks and months on end, and just watched so many different things until I found certain things I liked, and obviously certain things I did not like, more that I did not like, to be honest. And I just started kind of like patching everything that I learned together until I had the strategies that worked for me. And yeah, on the mindset side of things, I worked with Randy Howell, who is a very, very, very good psychologist and helps with psychology and mindset, helps traders with psychology and mindset. He's done this pretty much his entire life. He is, I'm taking a guess here, but he's like in his 80s, and he is phenomenal, like absolutely helped me overcome so much, from like past trauma to like how like learning about how I think and why I think the way I think. And I would love to have him on as a guest. I've actually recommended it to the team, and I think he's going to come on in the future because he is fantastic. So that's for the mindset thing, but everything on the strategy side, just YouTube.
Nice.
What about you, Mary?
I kind of had a range. So I don't want to say I was self-taught, but it was essentially like, I didn't utilize YouTube as much. I really read a lot. A lot of the books that I read were from Al Brooks. He is like a trading, I don't want to say God, but he's so knowledgeable when it comes to trading price action specifically. And some of the books that I recommend by him are Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar. I will preface by saying that it's a heavy read, right? It's like literally a textbook, but there's a lot of good nuggets in there. I think it's one of those where I would encourage you to read if you already have like a decent knowledge about price action and trading. So definitely not a beginner read, but again, it's called Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar. You can find it on Amazon. He also has a series of other books that I also recommend. Trading Price Action Trends was one of those that I read, but I did start off as an options trader. So I read a lot of books on options. One of them was by Michael Sincere, and it's oh my God, I'm blanking on the name right now. It's basically just an options trading book by Michael Sincere. Understanding Options. That's literally what I read. So it was just a conglomerate of like a lot of reading and a lot of chart time. I think that's number one thing that I would recommend is you can read all the books, you can watch all the YouTube videos, but you really don't understand trading until you put yourself in the trenches. And so that's just what I would recommend, whether that's trading on a sim account, whether that is getting just used to the feel of the market. We talked about intuition earlier. That's just something you can't get from books. right? You got to put yourself in that position to actually trade. And, it's just something that'll come with time. And I say this a lot, like, don't expect to be a profitable trader your first, second, even third year. I mean, there's some people that I know that are in their fifth year that are still now getting to the point of profitability. But it usually ends up with like, you're going to lose money, you're going to break even, and then you start seeing the profits come in. So, some people, it takes a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. It's just understanding that it's not, it's not going to happen overnight. So definitely give yourself the time to learn. But yeah, those are the books that I would recommend for sure.
Also, Best Loser Wins. I read that thing like 10 times already.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good book. Took a lot from that. But actually, what I want to know right now is, are we green for today, guys? Chat. Are you green, red, flat? What are we?
I want four. I want green, red, flat, or I'm lying.
Let's get a poll up here. We're gonna get a poll up, guys. You don't have to comment it. There we go.
There we go.
Green and
I'm
white.
lying.
I'm gonna press that one. I feel like, Mariam, that would be the perfect button for you right now.
What, green, I'm lying?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because of the $14 profit. It's green, yeah, but is it?
Oh, God. All right. I mean, technically, I am pretty much break even, but yeah.
That's what I said.
I mean, it should have been a negative trade, but I broke my rule for a reason, and I'm glad that I broke my rule in this case because I was not seeing the price action work out.
Yeah, well, what price action?
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting barcode, TTV barcode. That's what we're getting.
Well, and like we said, we kind of expected this sort of situation to play out. We did get a nice hold of VWAP. That's probably the best thing that I can say that's happened so far, honestly. Yeah. We haven't even, getting a lot of buying pressure coming in here on Bookmaps. 22,130 is going to be an area. This would have been where I would have taken my profit. Yeah, that stop would have just been more than my risk to reward would have made sense for me. So, I think if we break this high here, we do have some room. But again, I'm not really expecting this massive move. We have some sellers sitting at 22,150. I cannot say prices today. There's a lot of numbers in the Nasdaq. Nasdaq needs to just be like 4 numbers max, like ES. ES is clean. I like the numbers on ES.
You want to split the NQ?
Yeah, can we have a stock split on the NQ indices split?
Yeah.
We'll make things easier.
It is. So if you guys are long, 22,130 and then 22,150 would be my targets for this. Otherwise, we have 22,110 as a level of buying activity happening, and then to the downside even further than that, really below VWAP is the level.
I know what you saw.
What is happening? Okay, here we go.
Chat. All right, that's the comment of the day right there.
You guys are something else.
Lord.
Oh man.
The retrograde of Venus and Sarita. I damn peed myself on that one. That was really funny.
Asparagus sodiac.
Well, guys, the chat is cooking again. 50% are green, 16% are green and lying, and 20% red, 15% flat. So, chat, W in the chat for the chat. W chat. Nice. We should do another marbles race. What are you guys on?
I think that we should.
Let's make this the best marble race.
The best?
Yet.
All right.
Drew, do not disappoint.
I want something with a 99% death rate, Drew.
99.9.
Like, I don't even want 4 people to finish.
Yeah, exactly. We might only have just one winner.
Let's see.
I love it.
Joker 13 said he's green because technically he's break even, but he won an account.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Play.
And guys, make sure you are live on this stream as well. Make sure you have that red dot next to your live so you can actually, hear the giveaway keyword and not miss out on it, because we're only taking 300 to start us off.
Yep. Let's see.
Buyer's really stepping in here.
I wonder if we're gonna pop 22 133.
Bop. I like it. Bop.
Pop. All right.
The 26-hour race. There's a 26-hour race. Yeah, start it, Drew. We'll check it
Just
tomorrow.
start it, we'll finish it tomorrow.
Race. We should do that like throughout the entire Thursday. Market holiday? Great. Let's run a 26-hour race. Oh man, that's gonna be good. All right, guys, you know the rules. You have to like the stream, you have to be subscribed, and once I do drop the keyword, you have to only type it once. All right, if you type it multiple times, you are gonna get eliminated from this race. And the keyword, because you guys have been cooking today, is WChat, all in one word. WChat, no space. That was fast.
Yeah, that was great.
We got some people with very low latency.
Chat just broke.
Yeah. Oh wow, it really did.
The Bears are defending that 21 130 level on.
Yeah, they are.
See, you even said 21 130. It just sounds cleaner when you say 21.
Did I say 21?
You did, and I do it too.
Dang.
I've done the same thing.
Well, I mean, Brett called me out in the past for saying consultation instead of consolidation. So
Consultation. Oh boy.
wow. Ooh,
Yikes.
that would have been a nice short there.
Very nice. Are we getting a double toppy?
Wait, Drew, for real? Are we getting a marbles race with 99% death rate?
Tough.
That's sick.
Wait, so mathematically, if I'm correct here, there's only going to be 3 winners.
This is chaos. I'm here for it. I am here for the highest level of chaos possible in the marble races.
Well, Steven Alexander is saying Nick trying to win again. No. I am gonna win. Watch me. I need to do my jumping jacks really quick. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor.
Again, guys, we're gonna have 4 winners. And,
in theory.
in theory, the best 4 are gonna get an account, and the last one is gonna get an account. But I think these are all the same people. Let's see. As soon as we're ready here, Drew is gonna pull up the marbles race on screen, and you're gonna get the most epic countdown from Matt, as usual.
Yuck. This price actions makes me want to vomit.
Yeah. Good thing.
Don't hold back, Miriam. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, you won't know if it's my matcha or actual vomit. So.
Yeah, there you go. That's accurate. That's very accurate. Probably tastes the same too.
Guys, said A just did naked jumping jacks. It's over.
It's over.
Oh no, I'm not getting that image out of my head. Let's see. Range PA. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, this is not fun. It's not fun to trade, because even if you took a long, like, you would have gotten stopped out of this. There's no way. Super annoying.
Yep. But hey, I mean, at least we can entertain people with another marbles race.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Good stuff.
All right. Oh shit! What is
This
that?
looks devious.
Okay. Let's. Damn. Let's see.
All right. Well, let's do it here, guys. So let's embrace the chaos of 99% and let's launch him in 3, 2, 1.
Drop him. Let's see. 99% death rate. The chat is going to be full of, oh, I just flew off the track. Flew off the track.
Yeah, I feel like we do need some Mario Kart.
I think there is actually. We just can't hear it.
Oh, is there?
Oh, no,
Okay,
right.
then I'm totally off.
All right, let's see. We have Beans in the lead. We have Yajiro in the lead. King Brownji in the lead. Plan B in the lead. Big Frank in the lead. Big Frank.
Boundless says, I don't even know what's happening. Don't worry, we don't either. It's fine.
Yeah. Auburn Greshorn. Wait, Che Pei in the lead. Kevin Yao in the lead. Okay. Kevin holding on to the lead. Oh, people are just flying. Damn. The chat is dying. Everybody's getting cooked.
My marble has wings.
Oh, do they have to... Wait, how does that finish line work?
Oh, you just dive right through it?
No. They have to...
Oh, we have to land on it?
Yeah, nobody has made it yet.
Dang, Drew.
Nobody has made it yet. Drew, what did you do? Oh, we have one winner.
Oh, nice. Okay.
What about the other one?
We need 4 more.
Well, we only got one winner.
So do we do the opposite here and we take like the first winner and the last 3 losers
The
or
only
4 losers?
person who finished.
Only one person did it. Oh shit!
So it's basically a 99.7% death rate.
Wow. Okay, like
what?
Tiny Gumadi, whatever.
You better be in the chat.
You are fucking.
Yeah, let's do another
winning
one. Let's do another one. I think Drew, can you just reload that?
Right, that is wild. Feed stamp and says send him straight to live.
Yeah.
Drew has to pull up another one. We're gonna do another one for. Let's actually do the top 4 because we just gave away 1 account.
Yeah.
Top 4. Yeah, Tiny, you won. Congrats. Just make sure that you add your email to your YouTube channel description because you just won a 50K growth account. That was fucking legendary.
That's awesome.
That was crazy. All right, we're going to do another marbles race for the top 4 here, guys. Yeah, Trader 007, I died again. Well, yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, literally everyone.
Except for Tiny. Damn. Drew woke up and chose violence today.
All right, so now we still need 3 more winners, correct?
4?
Yeah, no, 4 more.
Yeah.
4 more. Okay,
So
4 more
first
winners.
4. First
Top
4
3 and then whoever finishes last again on this one.
We can do that too. Okay, let's
Alright.
do that. Top 3 and the last one to finish gets an account.
Let's do it in 3, 2, 1.
Drew, I just want to know what the win rate is on this, or death rate per se.
That's right. No, there's no new keyword. This is still from
This is the same entries as before, guys.
What
Yeah.
is this?
from the W chat. Wait, are they flying?
It's just
They're
everything
flying.
flying.
The fuck? JWFX in the lead right now. We got the
Wow.
DJ Day Trader second, Forex Therapy third. Oh, and they're going. We got Marky in the lead.
Dang.
Che Pei again. Oh, Marky just died. Jose Carlos in the lead. Tuan Vo in the lead. LeBron's first place. Oh, that was a short one. LeBron's first place. All right, we got him. We got him. Let's see who the last one is to finish that race. But LeBron's is first. Gabriela Montero second. Sorry. Fantastic John is third. So these 3 are going to get a 50K growth account. Make sure to type something in the chat and add your email to the YouTube channel description. And we are going to get the last person to finish. Is also going to get a 50K growth account.
Is that going to be? Oh,
The last one to finish was, let's see here, Lured09. Congratulations. You guys
see them in the chat every day. So always glad to see our regulars win.
Yep.
Nice. Congratulations, guys. This is the last of the marbles race, but it won't be the end that we do on these next few streams. So if you guys like these, drop a W in the chat and congratulate all of our winners today. Obviously these are super fun, but we want to know, do you guys like these?
Yep. If anybody says no, they're getting blocked. So.
Yeah, you can go.
Banned from the channel for life.
All right, so we didn't miss much in the price action area, guys. So we're just, it's important not to force things. There's nothing wrong with taking, I think you saw today, not great price action, right? A lot of pumps up, short pulses up, short pulses down, kind of gravitating towards the 22,100 level, moving away, then coming back. It is what it is. This isn't a day to take big shots. You take a few nibbles, you get something great. If you don't, you're fine. I mean, you're looking at the three of us. We're basically all break even on the day, or very slightly red, nothing significant. So it is what it is, guys. This, we can sit here and be pissed and frustrated about it, or we can just stick to our guns and just relax and enjoy the marble race. Yeah, we're going to check on Tank. Probably just a connectivity issue. Or something. I'm sure it's not a big deal. We hopefully will have him on the show as soon as possible. I would hope in the next couple of shows. Obviously, we have a show tomorrow. We have a show Friday. We do not have a show on Thursday. So maybe it is what it is, guys. Things happen. Most of you guys don't know this, but I almost missed the show yesterday due to an internet outage. It was out when I woke up at 5. It was literally down until 7:27 my time, which we go on at 7:30 my time. So it was a little chaotic. These things happen, but we hey, worst case scenario, you get the three of us, and we're pretty damn awesome. So when it's all said and done, and you just tune in to see what the hell Miriam's going to do with her hair tomorrow. So
it might be purple. Who knows?
Yeah. If you did purple, I will piss myself laughing on this broadcast. So just there's a little I'm
glad you added laughing to the end of that, because that could have been a whole different sentence.
Well, anyway. So moving on. But anyway, guys. So this does, of course, as always, bring to a close another edition of Tradeify TV. We love you guys in the chat. We thank you so much for coming every day. Do us a favor, please tell somebody about this show. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to the page, and tell somebody if you're in a trading Discord or another kind of trading community, or you just have some friends that are traders as well. Make sure you tell them about Tradeify TV. So with that, we'll send it around the horn for our goodbyes. I'm Matt. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Tradeify TV. And here's Nick.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. As usual, we appreciate you. The only reason why we do this show is for you guys. It's free. We have guests for free. We have knowledge for free. We have live trading for free. Everything is for free. We just gave away 20 free accounts today. I mean, think about that. That is a lot of dollar value. And we're going to have more giveaways the more subscribers we have, because that makes Brett super happy. And if Brett is happy, he's generous. And if he's generous, he's really generous. So we want more of that. So definitely tell your friends about this show. Definitely tell your family about this show. And show up again tomorrow. I love you guys. And I'll give the last word to the one and only Matcha Mommy.
What can I say, guys? This has been another great stream. We hope you guys enjoy it. Obviously, we haven't gotten much action, but we hope that our analysis and, our perspective on the market has helped you guys in your mornings. And of course, we continue to appreciate those who join us every single day and rocking with us. So love you guys. And as always, I'm going to end it with just practice gratitude today. Make sure that you are putting in the meditations. Make sure that you are, doing your jumping jacks, whatever it is, to start your day off on a great note. And make sure you tell someone you love them. Send those gratitude texts. And maybe if you're feeling up for it, hug a stranger. Just don't be a creep. But anyways, guys, we love you guys. We're going to see you bright and early again tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. We love you guys. Go be great.
See you guys.